Jay, Troy, and Adrian is back in the house here in the Hassel Castle.
That's a really, really, really good entrance. Good job by you. All right, it's March 4th, 2021. It is what is it outside?
Like 40.
It's got to be more than that.
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't as great as it was yesterday.
I didn't charge my watch, so
I did not wear sandals today.
Yeah.
See?
That's
So
all we
not
know.
as warm.
That's all we got to know, right
Jack
there.
Frost was in last night, man. He laid a little frost down.
That's all we got to know. Adrian is not wearing sandals, so
And it was kind of foggy, whatever, this morning. It took a while for that little layer to burn off before the sun came out.
yeah.
Yeah, we're doing good now. We'll catch up a little bit. It's 43, Chopper says.
43. He just the chopper came in on the T-Roy text line.
Yeah, T-Roy
Like,
text
hey
line.
guys, he just hopefully pulled over. He's not texting while driving. He's
Well,
like,
he's
hey,
probably sitting at work, you know.
this just in.
Yeah.
There's an event coming up Friday, March 19th at Pints. It's hosted by our friend of the show, Oz.
Oh, yeah.
You know about this?
Yeah. It's the skip work and watch basketball.
It's Sick Day at Pints, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Friday, March 19th. There's a whole Facebook event, anything.
Oh, yeah.
And it's only for, by the way, it's only for people who are invited.
Yeah.
It's not like it's, I guess our bar isn't open to the public.
Well, you know what he's doing.
What's that?
He's just getting his people there. He don't care if everybody else goes.
Okay. Game starts around 11 a.m., ends around sometime around midnight. I love these type of things. So it says, let's take the day, leave early or quit. Let's all head up to Pints and watch basketball and FanDuel. So, I mean, there's a lot of other places to gamble, like our friends at Elite Sportsbook or BetMGM, but you can also do FanDuel as well. A lot of gambling going to happen. And speaking of, by the way, it's a great month if you want to be a sponsor of the show and advertise here, because this would be one of the highlight months because, I mean, who knows basketball more than us?
Nobody.
That's what not in this area.
No.
I can tell you that. There's
Not
not
at
I can guarantee you this. There is not a live talk radio show that knows more about college basketball than us.
No.
Now, I'm not saying we're the best ever,
No.
or the best there will be,
No.
or the best there ever was.
But we're the best right now.
The best that you got. How's that?
You ain't got much.
Yeah. So out of 3 live talk radio shows in the Quad Cities,
Yeah.
we are number 1
Yes.
about when it comes to college basketball.
Yeah. Take that, you other two.
And I'm excited about, you know what we should have, when that happens, we should have a revolving door of people coming in and give us their brackets and break it down so we can just piss all over.
We got to do a bracket.
Oh, I know we're going to do a
When
bracket.
will all that get released?
So that's going to be Sunday. So if the first... Selection Sunday will be on the 13th. No, hold on. Let me do this right. Hold on. The 14th, okay? Yeah, March 14th. And then the play-in games will be that's not
Tuesday?
Is he right about this?
Wednesday?
I think he might be wrong, and I think his dates are off. I thought it was Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Now I need to go through the entire thing. But anyway,
It's Friday, Saturday.
are you sure?
Yeah.
Not Thursday?
We missed the
I'm
Thursday.
not gonna lie. I thought it was started Thursday.
No. They changed it up.
They would.
The playing games are. I know we went through this a week ago, and I apologize for the listeners out there because I should know the schedule a little bit more. Anyway, we will spend that entire first.
The playing games are Thursdays when I'm.
That's
being
spring
told.
break for the majority of people around here.
Playing games are Thursday. I'm being told.
Okay. I think it goes Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, to be honest with you. Maybe it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'll look at. I'm sure Chopper will text you or whatever else.
Yeah, he's saying it's Friday through Monday.
He's not. He's not the producer of the show. Stop looking at your phone.
You wanted to know. I mean,
All right. Anyway, this is breaking news.
we
the
don't
event.
have a producer.
Breaking news.
Anyway, let me explain something to you guys.
Yeah.
I've spent a good portion of the last, I would say, 10 years, T-Roy, around you.
Yeah.
And Adrian, you're new to the game. I have N people out there. We've been on radio now for 2.5 years.
Almost 3.
And in between, I think there's probably in that 2.5 years, maybe 5 seasons of a show that I consider to be the probably number 5, or if not number 4 greatest sports thing in the United States, and that is MTV The Challenge. And what happened last night makes me so angry.
What happened?
Did you watch it, Adrian? It makes me so angry that you guys don't watch this, and the listeners out there, you don't watch The Challenge. Because it was sports and a heel turn and life all coming together at one point.
Yeah.
So on the Mount Rushmore of the challenge is a person named CT.
CT.
Love him.
Oh, I know CT.
Okay, you know CT.
I watched in the past, but just not
Okay.
watching now.
Love CT. He's on the Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
He's not Johnny Bananas.
Johnny Bananas.
All right.
Johnny Bananas is the guy.
All
Jay
their alliances.
Bananas.
Yeah, but CT. So in this thing, it's called Double Agents. And I apologize for those tuning in, like, I don't care about the challenge.
You made
gonna
me
listen
watch
anyway.
this Double Agents. I started
You're
watching.
going to listen anyway.
Is
all
it
right?
the same one that was on that you made me watch the first
The
episode?
exact same one, and we're getting close to the finals, and it's for $1 million. All right?
Who's still on it?
That's
Okay.
hear me. Let me tell the story.
All right. All right.
So CT at one point, probably I would say 6 or 7 episodes ago. They're on episode 12, I believe. Yeah, so around then.
Can you remind me who CT is? What is he talking
His name's
like?
he's from Boston in a very strong Boston accent, and he will.
What does he look like?
He's very tall. He's very strong, and he will.
Dark-haired fella?
Sure.
All right. I think I remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very strong Boston accent. Give me a Boston accent.
No, you are.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right.
Okay. I will. And my favorite thing was when he was on the Real World. When he got in a fight, he's like, "I will work you. I will work you." I mean, it's great. He's just headbutting the guy.
Whose car we taking?
He's not head. Yep.
Whose car we taking?
Park the car. He's not. I mean, he's not just headbutting him. He's driving a person through with his skull as he's pushing him. He's not using his hands. He's using his skull. I will work you. It's fantastic.
He's saying this to who?
Some guy that he's going to beat up.
Sweet.
It's just CT.
All right.
So he gets his partner. Her name is Big T.
Okay. You got CT and Big T.
Yeah, and
Is
they.
she a small lady?
Yes, she is, and she's English, and she comes from a show called "Are You the One" or whatever else. Who cares? But she's on the challenge.
Does she talk like this? Hello, mate.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, very good.
Got this done.
Yeah. It's like you've been watching the show the
I
entire
know.
time. So she's like their partners and everything else, and he's like kind of grooming her to be like how you do the challenge and teaching her because I think it's like her second season, and she's like teaching him to be like a softie inside. All right.
Yeah. She's like,
They
you got to
just
throw all the
went-
tii in the thing, mate.
Yeah.
The Boston Tea Party was not necessary.
There you go.
All right. Go ahead.
So, last episode, they do a cliffhanger. There's no one getting eliminated, but they win the challenge because no one knows this, but Big T used to be on the swim team, and on top of it, she's holding. So they have to. They start on a boat, the last challenge, and they have to get on a rope from a helicopter, and they have to go to a certain area, hold on to the rope, then fall into the water and swim and get up onto a platform and hit the thing. That's the challenge. Okay.
Okay.
Well, no one knows that Big T swam in high school. And they also didn't know that this is 2 episodes ago, and I don't care if I'm getting a spoiler anyway. They didn't know that at one point, for no reason whatsoever, Big T decided to take pole dancing lessons so she can hold on to the rope. She's very strong. So she wins. They win together as a team, and he gets to go in and get a skull. Now that means
What's the skull?
Means he has his chance to run in. This is where it gets crazy. He gets to run in TJ's final, up for $1 million. If you could only, as long as you have a skull, you go down into the crater, whatever you want to call it. I think they call it the crater this year. Sometimes it's been called the gauntlet, or it's been called purgatory, whatever. And you battle against one other person, and they're eliminated from the show. Done. You're off the show.
Okay.
And now you have a skull, and now you can run. You can be part of the final to get $1 million.
Okay.
Now, if you win there, okay, this is where the hook comes. If you win there, you can stay with your partner, or you can say, "I'm going to steal any partner I want that in this entire show that's left."
Yeah. So CT dropped her like a bad habit.
Like a WWE superstar turning on their tag
Gone.
team partner, like Shawn Michaels kicking Marty Jannetty through the
So
Brutus
she
Diva Bar
wins
Cake
him
winners.
the opportunity to get this
Yeah.
thing, and he drops
Hogan
her like.
leg
And
drop.
she's the Hogan turning on Macho Man, joining the NWO. Paul Orndorff turning on Hulk Hogan. Name it, it happened.
Dropped
It
her like
was
a
great.
deuce.
Yes, and she the whole time she's like, "You're not gonna leave me." He's like, "Nah, Tallulah." Now he calls her
you
back.
are.
Yeah, you
No,
are. Nah,
you my gal.
Yep. Gets there and he goes, "Give me," and it's a big production. He's like, "Give me Killer Cam. Give me Killer Cam." Now the thing about it is Killer Cam wanted to be his partner from the beginning. He's like,
Who's Killer Cam?
She's pretty good, but
Okay.
it was amazing.
So you got Big T and Killer Cam.
There's so many people out there.
But these shows have this every year. It's almost
Someone's
like
gotta be the
they're
villain.
planning on it. Like you said, Johnny Bananas. Every alliance he had, he turned on somebody.
Of course.
Every year.
Yeah.
It was just waiting to happen.
It's
All right,
so
so he
good.
turns on her, and then what happened? She get mad?
Oh, she's so mad.
Because she was the
who
one.
did
She was the
she
reason why
get
he won the
stuck with now?
challenge.
Let's see. Darrell had to go. I think she's a rogue agent till the next male elimination. Then she gets to pick or whatever else.
Also, she'll pick him for sure.
She's very angry. Like, so they go to like a party because they always want to have like a party atmosphere afterwards, you know. And he like talks to her, and she's listening a little bit, and like hell hath no fury, like a woman scorned for Sega.
Yeah.
She's listening for a little bit, and finally she's like, "No, I don't want to hear it. You're
Nah,
not my
mate."
friend. Yep, nah, mate. You're not my friend. I trusted
You bloody wanker.
Yep. You. My smile is gone. You took it. It was great. I'm telling you right now. I don't know why people don't watch this show. It drives me crazy. There's everything that you want.
I'm
There's
excited. What channel is it on?
MTV.
Oh, my
MTV,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can I watch my videos?
No, absolutely not. There's a lot of things I'll say yes to where you can do. You can not watch.
They're not.
You can not watch videos on MTV.
I can't watch.
I don't even think you can watch it on MTV too.
Just a Gigolo video is not going to be on there.
No, that's not going to be
I
on.
feel
There.
like ridiculousness is always on that channel.
Always on.
Oh, I see.
It is.
Like,
Yeah. Every time I
Every
scroll
time
through
I
my
check.
thing,
it's
I
a
see
great
that.
point, Adrian, because I can talk hours about this show, and it will only be on Wednesday nights, and that's it.
No,
and then
no reruns. No
but in
nothing
between, it'll be no reruns. It's not like hey, we're gonna run last week's episode at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, whatever else, and then we're going to the next one so you can catch up. No, we're just gonna run ridiculousness for 4 hours in between, before and 4 hours after. I'm proud to say I've probably not watched more than 4 minutes of ridiculousness combined in my life.
Okay.
It's not for me. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys because I think it's a fantastic show.
So who's going to win the show? Who's left? Obviously, Big T, CT, and Killer Cam are. Is Bananas in this one?
Nope.
Okay, no
Was
Bananas.
he not in the show, or is he eliminated?
He did not do it.
Not
He
this
did not.
time?
Usually, if he's on the show and he's eliminated, I usually cash out because I'm like, he's my guy. Devin was fantastic. He took the ball and ran with it this year.
Devin's in there?
He's out.
Oh,
He
he's
lost
all
too.
right. Well,
Sorry.
who's in it? I'm saying. I'm writing these
Darrell,
names.
Corey, Josh
Darrell.
Dillon, yeah. Who else?
Corey.
Nam is in there. He's
Does
annoying.
Trishelle do these
Lolo
anymore?
Jones from Des Moines, an Olympic athlete. She's gone. She walked out.
Oh, see, you don't see
Trichelle's
names.
not.
No,
anymore,
no, Trishelle.
No. Nani's there.
Now who?
Nani.
Nani? Is that different than Nam?
Yeah, she's the lady.
Okay.
She would make out with a lamp if she could.
I'm a lamp. I love lamp.
There's Gabby. She's English.
Gabby, you got two of them in there.
Who
Okay.
else? There's an Amber. She's from Big. There's a lot of Big Brother people in there, by the way.
Amber.
Which you would think me being
Amber's
such
a stripper name.
yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of Big Brother people in there more than, and you would think with me being a Big Brother fan, but I don't pull for him in this. So
All right.
anyway, that's our 14 minute of
That was Jay's Wednesday night.
yeah, it was
Very exciting.
it's not my Wednesday night,
Oh,
but
that
it's
sounded
really
very
good.
exciting.
It's fantastic, you know.
I mean, were you pissed that it happened? Or were you excited it happened?
No, he
there's a-
watches for the twists and turns.
Yeah, there's a
He
lot of
wants
people that are upset that like, hey, CT kind of is a butthole. Like it's not like the first time he's done something like
No,
this. Like,
everybody should have known it was coming.
yeah, it's CT, and he didn't, and then he does the whole thing like, how can I? Then he tries to play like the
How can
family
I
thing.
not?
He's like, how could I look at my son and say like I threw away $1 million? And he's like talking to her, he's building her up. He's like, hey, Tallulah, Big T, you're great, but you're not ready for a final, and you're not going to get me there. And how can I look at my son and say I pissed away $1 million? Come on. Hell have no fury though. But
Well, he used her for the swimming part. He must know what's coming up or something.
this leads me to it. Since if you say that's my Wednesday night, that's not my Wednesday night. It leads to another question. All right, and we'll talk about this before we go to break. I'm not a fan of drinking games. Okay, I don't like Flippy Cup. I don't like I Never.
What about quarters?
I don't like quarters. I usually don't like this stuff. But
Beer pong.
nah.
What about
How's this? Anything you can do in garage, I'm not good at. I'm not. In that you can just like in a matter of
you're
seconds.
not
what
good
about
at them.
a-hole?
It's not that you don't
ever
like
played
them.
a-hole?
Yeah, I played that.
A-hole's fun.
Anything that you can put together within a matter of 2.5 minutes as a drinking game, I'm not that big of a fan. Now, that being said, inside a bar, not bags, that's outside of a bar.
Okay.
What's your favorite bar games. Now we're talking pool, darts, foosball, whatnot. What are your favorites?
Golden tee,
Okay, Golden Tees gets to go.
pool,
Darts.
darts. Those three. That order.
There's
No,
that
no, no,
a-hole
no.
game.
I'm not done.
Okay.
There's more. There's
Dags.
foosball, dags, foosball.
Foos. Shuffleboard.
Okay,
Pinball.
pinball.
Yeah.
Buck hunter.
Okay, there's the bowling alley one, right?
Yep. There is also a bowling alley one.
Now you can't. I know it's out there legally. If you have a bar, you cannot play ship captain and crew
Correct.
because blackjack and dice they can be loaded. The house usually wins. And in blackjack, that's why you can't play blackjack because the house usually wins and dice can be loaded. All right. So now what do you have, T-Roy? What's the list?
There's golden tee, pool, darts, dags, foosball, shuffleboard, pinball, buck hunter.
You got that? Do you want to add anything to that, Adrian?
It pretty much covers them all.
Now, list what you think you're best at. 1 through how many do you have in that list?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. There's 8 of those. List what you think you're best at. 1 being the number 1, 8 being the least.
I need to hear the list one more time.
Sure.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Golden tee, pool, darts, dags, foosball, shuffleboard, pinball, buck hunter. You ready for my ranking?
While Adrian's doing his, yes, I want to hear your ranking. And don't go as fast as you just did while listing them down. Number 1.
Pool.
Your number 1 is pool.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me the background why.
I played pool a lot. I used to play in leagues. Still really good. I mean, even though I don't play.
Do you have your own?
Do we have 8 things?
I had my
Yeah,
own.
there's 8 things.
I had my own stick till it was stolen. My house was robbed.
Oh, that's a terrible story.
Yeah, it was a really cool stick. I had a python skin case.
The weirdest thing is I was going to ask if there was like some type of snake involved.
Yeah.
Before you even said that.
And it was a Mucci. Anybody out there remember the stick? Mucci stick. It was a very expensive stick.
It's a good stick.
Where do you
I've had the same stick.
Where do you get the moochie at?
I bought it from George's up in East Dubuque at the time. They used to have a nice pool sticks. I think
Okay,
it cost
what
me
is-
like $300.
And I think mine was just my dad's, and I started playing with it.
What is your number 1, Adrian?
Bags.
Bags doesn't count.
Oh wait, I thought you said it was on
It's
the
got
list.
to be
Dags.
Dags.
Dice.
Oh,
It's
sorry,
a dice.
sorry, Adrian.
no worries.
Dags.
Yeah.
The dice
It's
one.
got to be in the building. Now I know you can play it at Frick's up
Yeah.
above,
No,
but
no.
or at the
Probably pool then.
pool is
Pool
yours
is
is
good.
also pool.
Yeah.
You're really good at that.
I mean, I just think I'm better than everything else in that. Or
Are
any
there
other
pool
that-
leagues
I mean,
still
okay.
going on outside
Yeah.
of like your pool halls? Like, is there
Yeah,
like
there's still probably pool leagues
some
happening.
pools.
There's some
not as
places
big as they
that-
used to be.
Yeah, they're not nearly as big. I used to play one of
But
my
nothing
butts all the time.
ooh, does Papa Shot count anymore? Because remember when Butts used to have that?
Butts had a
Yeah,
nice
Papa Shot
indoor-
used to be really
yeah,
cool.
Papa Shot. But you don't see that everywhere anymore.
No, they should have that though. All right, so you guys are both. What's your number 2 then?
Golden tee.
Darts.
Okay, have you played in a dart league, Adrian?
Subbed in a couple leagues, but nothing.
And I'm pretty
Consistent.
sure you
I played dart leagues.
You had
I'm-
dart leagues?
I get darts my 3. I'm
and
really
you-
good at darts.
Did you have a
too.
case and different flares and everything
No,
else?
I
Was it
am
snake-skinned?
I'm a proponent of I can as long as they're the heavy ones, which are the gold house darts.
Yeah.
As long as they're the heavy house darts, I could dominate with those.
How did you learn how to play darts?
Military and overseas.
Really?
I started playing on pick boards on actual.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Actually,
picks.
we've had this conversation, but I didn't know it was military. I know you started on pick boards, but I didn't
Did
know
I
it
ever
was
tell you the
military.
story about the guy in Singapore? This dude is amazing.
Say it again. Yeah.
So we're in this bar. I mean, I'm telling you guys, this bar was the smallest bar in the world, and they had a room that was basically just big enough for a cork board, cork dart board, and I mean, it was probably half this room, if it was that big. And that's where you went back to throw darts, and they had little ledges to put your drinks on or whatever else, and like 2, 3, 4 dudes could stand back there, throw darts or whatever else. And this dude, he was native, Singapore dude, whatever, and we're just kind of all learning how to play and kind of playing around, and this guy's like, I can throw a bullseye whenever. I'm like, prove it. And he walked up to the board, threw one right in the middle. I said, it's pretty good. Can you do it again? Looks at me, goes, sure. throws another one. I said, all right, well, I'll buy you a drink if you put a third one in. And he did it. Like, I mean, and I'm not talking like, you know, like when you're throwing, you're in a rhythm, like, doom, doom, doom. The dude's like, looking at me like, and I'm like, all right.
All right.
So that's when I started. So then I did buy like my own metal darts.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But then you always have the damn flight comes out and it's a pain in the ass. Now I did try to buy my own darts to use for a little while on the you know, the plastic ones. But I always just done better with as long as they're nice and straight and they're not all bent up and beat up, you find a nice new one that's I've always done better with the ones that
I can be awful at darts. Like these are just my list of things.
Oh, yeah.
Bargain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You're saying what you're best at.
Yeah, when I'm.
But yeah, I started then, and then I got to be pretty good. Played in some leagues up in Dubuque.
I got some buddies that are really good at darts.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't never the best ever, but I was pretty damn good.
All right. Well, I think about this because I told you the story, and I told it again last night. I learned how to play darts. Oddly enough, not my thing.
Yeah.
But I learned from a drug dealer. So,
yeah, there you go.
And he was really, really good. Like, what do you want me to hit? And I'm like, I don't know, trip 19 and. What do you want now? Trip 16. But just a guy that had some free time, and I was a 19-year-old bartender on a Friday afternoon when the bar was empty, and he's like, you want to play darts? And taught me how to throw. All right, what's your number 3?
Well, I had darts as 3.
3. Oh, sorry. What's your number 3, Adrian?
Shuffleboard.
Really?
Yeah, I used to go to Jack's a lot and play shuffleboard, and I was actually pretty good at it for not playing a whole
That's
lot.
really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's way down on my list. I've played it a few times. It's fun. But
Yeah.
I'm really good at it.
All right, then what's your 4, T-Ray?
I said dags just because I
kind of like a bag, but it's a board that you and you use.
We played
angles.
that enough. It was down at starting line for a while, and then we had it. We have it out at Oscars now, so it's there.
What's your 4?
Foosball.
I love foosball.
See, I'm the worst at foosball.
I
have that as
love
my.
foosball.
I hate you would kill me at foosball. I can't play foosball to save my life.
Yeah,
Hate
I
it.
love foosball. Man, and Jax has got it all. All right, what's 5?
5, I had shuffleboard.
What's your 5?
Buck hunter.
Okay. No, I think I've maybe put $1 into a buck hunter game. What's yours, T-Ray?
What was my 5 or my 6?
Yeah, we had 6.
6, I had pinball.
Yeah, I'm not good at that either.
Golden tee.
Golden Tee. Well, I'm definitely not good at that. I still can't figure out what B2 means.
I got Buck Hunter 7, then obviously I
Yeah.
had
And I'm just awful at pinball. That's my last. Like it's never gone well. Just
Yeah.
do not play pinball.
Well, I used to play a lot. My buddy, if David Murr's listening out there, he had a pinball machine in his basement and a pool table in his basement. Him and I used to play a lot of pool in there. But they had a pinball machine. But the thing with pinball machines is you have to get used to a certain one to learn all the nuances. You know, like how the ball, where you're trying to hit it, what's this, what's that? You know, because they always make it different. You want to shoot the ball here into a special slot, and then the ball will sit, and you rack up points. But yeah, it just depends on the pinball machine. But yeah, right now, no, I haven't played pinball in probably 30 years, easily.
All right. It's an interesting start to the show, but I appreciate you guys playing along with that because I wanted to hear what you guys did. Like I was just playing darts last night, and really, it's all about, to me, there's a lot of things like where your foot goes, where your foot's pointing, moving. Everyone's different, however you want to do things. But I was thinking about it when I was driving here, and I'm like, I wonder, like, there's so many different things that you can do in a bar outside of just bags or, I don't know. I play euchre, or I never, or whatever else. Or
euchre.
yeah, I like euchre, but
euchre.
Yeah, I love playing some.
you know the thing about euchre is you're better than everybody else at the table. And all 4 of you just argue about how good you are the entire time. All right, let's take a break here. Don't hassle us for local. And when we come back, we're going to make a quick phone call here at ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us for local.
Front Street Brewery is the oldest brew pub in Iowa and has been serving the fine city of Davenport since 1992 with great beers like the Davenport Gold, the Wise Guy, and the Raging River. Don't forget to check out their food and drink specials on their Facebook page or check out their webpage, www.frontstreetbrew.com. That's Front Street Brewery, Restaurant, 208 East River Drive, in the tap room of the Freight House Complex.
We're streaking! We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium. There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah!
I said, give me a hell yeah!
This is Merrick Brave from SCW Pro, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
It's a 5-day St. Patrick's Day blowout at the Circle Top in Davenport, March 13th through the 17th. Enjoy daily drink specials over $400 per day in daily prizes and their famous corned beef and cabbage all 5 days. Saturday, get $6 pitchers. Sunday is $2 Bud family cans. Monday is $1 domestic drafts. Tuesday is ladies' night with $2 Bud family cans. And Wednesday is $1 drafts all day long. It's a 5-day St. Patrick's Day blowout at the Circle Top in Davenport, West Locust Street, Davenport.
So you think you have unlimited data?
Recalculating.
Think again. If you have unlimited data on a network you can't trust, your data is limited, and so are you. Set your smartphone free with the unlimited plan from Total Wireless. Get 4 lines with unlimited data on the nation's best network now with 5G, with 100 gigabytes at high speed, then 2G, for just $25 a month per line.
You have arrived at your destination.
Get unlimited and save. Total Wireless. Do amazing. Available at Total Wireless stores. See TotalWireless.com for terms and conditions.
We always use drive-through windows for fast food and banking. Now the Quad Cities has drive-through taxes with AmeriFile. Don't let COVID delay your tax refund this year. For the safest way to get your taxes done, use AmeriFile's drive-through tax service in Moline and Davenport. Stay safe in your car. Drop your tax stuff off, and your taxes are prepared contact-free. Go to AmeriFile.com or call AmeriFile 762-8087.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 5510 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 5510. Enjoy!
I'm Mary Neubauer with the Iowa Lottery. March is National Problem Gambling Awareness Month when we highlight and remind Iowans that help is always available 24/7 here in our state.
And I'm Eric Preuss with the Iowa Department of Public Health. Visit yourlifeiowa.org to learn more about problem gambling or to start the conversation with someone who cares by clicking on live chat or by calling 1-800-BETS-OFF.
It's free and confidential.
And it's something you can do anytime.
I'm Kyle Montgomery with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Jets general manager Joe Douglas said in his media appearance Wednesday that he's open to trade offers for Sam Darnold, saying, quote, "I will answer the call if it's made." Sam, we think, is a dynamic player in this league with unbelievable talent who really has a chance to really hit his outstanding potential moving forward. But like I said earlier, if calls are made, I will answer them. Meanwhile, a vote of confidence for the quarterback in Las Vegas. Mike Mayock, Raiders general manager, talking about Derek Carr on Wednesday, said, quote, "I think Derek Carr had his best year yet under John Gruden. I think he's one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL, and we couldn't be happier with him." Former All-Pro linebacker Thomas Davis announced on Instagram Wednesday that he'll sign a one-day contract with the Panthers and retire on March 11th. Davis was released by Washington on Wednesday. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
DQ presents How to Find Meal Fulfillment. First, order the delicious new rotisserie-style chicken bites from DQ. Then feast your eyes on these unbreaded, tender, juicy, 100% white meat beauties. Next, take a bite of the bite. Realize that unbreaded chicken loaded with flavor is finally possible. And last, call your boss and ask for that promotion. You may have started last week, but hey, if chicken this good is possible, anything is possible. New rotisserie-style chicken bites are now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
What's in store this week at Staples?
A big deal on ink. That's kind of a big deal.
Staples has the technology, furniture, and supplies you need for a totally productive workspace.
And right now, you can earn 25% back in Staples Rewards when you spend $75 on ink or $175 on toner.
Shop in-store or get same-day delivery powered by Instacart.
Ends 3/6/21. Limit 4 in-store and on Instacart only. Visit staplesconnect.com/ink rewards for details. Instacart delivery subject to availability. Additional fees may apply.
Not the same old song and dance. New and different every day. The Quad Cities sports leader. ESPN 1170.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in to Don't Hassle Us Local on AM 1170 and watching live on Facebook.
T-Roy, it's a Thursday.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a nostalgic Thursday. A throwback, if you will. A time when things were a little less hectic. And we didn't have the coronavirus. And we had someone in town who's near and dear to my heart.
What is going on, guys?
Oh, this beautiful voice. Looks, oh, my
Ladies
Lord.
and gentlemen, it's been so long, way too long. It is Adam Rosso, my guy.
Oh, my God.
He used to come in every Thursday. We would recklessly
he just
speculate.
dropped this on me.
We would recklessly speculate about
Thursday,
things.
Isn't it, T-Right?
It is, yeah.
Time. I didn't even put that together. All right.
Then the coronavirus hit. He moved away. He got married without telling us and inviting us. He went down to Texas. Now he's down there living the high life, covering everything, and now he is on the phone line to recklessly speculate about everything. Tell us about the dumpster fire that's going on in Houston and catch us up on everything going on in his life. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Rosso's back. Adam, how are you?
I'll tell you what, it's going well down here. I got my Bomba Soda T-shirt on for you, Jay.
Oh, I love it.
70, 75, and sunny.
Oh,
short weather. So it's a glorious Thursday here in Austin.
So just catch up to all the listeners. What are you up to now these days?
Yeah, so I've been, I think before I was working a little bit for Spectrum, but I moved kind of into a part-time role for them thus far, hoping we're close to going full-time down here with them. So that's basically doing a story. It's been about a story each week or maybe two at the most for, we have a 30-minute sports show every Friday that runs on Friday debuts and then runs on the weekend as well. So more of a, I guess I would say it's closer to like a real sports style, like a sports magazine style.
Sure.
Like, for instance, this week we have a story about kind of the sports card industry, and it's a longer form, 5-6 minute piece on just that whole explosion and how if you go into Target or Walmart, you can't find a baseball card to be found, or if you do, you're a lucky one, because it's just been kind of a crazy development over the last year or two, but definitely accelerated because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a story going on a kid down here in San Marcos, which is a town in between San Antonio and Austin. He's a D1 player, a sophomore, and his mom's actually the head principal at the high school. So there's a little interesting dynamic there. But stuff like that. So that's been going well. Been doing Friday night football, obviously, during the fall, and now some basketball here as it's getting into the state tournament time down here as well. So doing well and just plodding along. Got through the ice storm, which was quite the situation. But that could take up a whole radio show. So, but yeah, it's good. It's good. Everything's going well. How about you guys? What's going on? Everybody getting geared up for this NCAA tournament run for the Hawks or what?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Been following you a little bit. I know you've been covering a lot of NBA too down there.
Yeah, I've been down to the Spurs 2 or 3 games so far. They're welcoming fans back next Friday after the break, so I'll be down at that game too. But yeah, I saw the Nets on Monday night, Nets Spurs, which was a pretty wild one. Went to OT and everything, so that was cool. And I'm actually excited just to kind of get in the AT&T Center with fans, because I don't know how many games you guys have been to, but it's just strange. Like, it's especially the NBA, because they pipe in the crowd noise. Like, I was at the Texas State men's basketball game last week, and the band was still playing. There's still a few fans, but the NBA, it's really nothing. I mean, there's some scouts and maybe a handful of family members, but it's just piped in crowd noise, and they pipe in the thunder sticks during the free throws, and it's a weird thing. So hopefully we're on the home stretch of the virus, and that everybody opening back up and getting fans in there goes smoothly, so we can keep on the trajectory to 100%.
going on that's down there. It's nice to have you there. We've been up here talking a lot about, obviously, what's going on with the NFL in the offseason, because when you have downtime in sports, they're going to inflate the stories that are going on. But we do have our eyes on Houston, and we kind of feel like it's just not a good situation. What can you tell us about, what's going on in Houston with their entire franchise?
Well, I guess I was thinking about this when you talked to me about that earlier this week, but I guess it's twofold. I feel like Houston's always tried to be New England South. Obviously having Bill O'Brien on staff for so long, but then they bring in the new GM, and I don't feel like, I think it goes straight to the top that the McNair family isn't Robert Kraft and his family. Like, there's some gap in leadership, and, bringing this Easterby guy on, obviously poison, nobody in the locker room likes him. None of the players seem to like him at all. But say what you want about Bill O'Brien before he got fired. I think the guys respected him. I don't think anybody in that locker room thinks that guy is anything but a sleazeball. And obviously, I don't know him personally. We can only read the reports, but it's a weird thing that you'd attach, a $1 billion business, $1 billion franchise, and one that's been, they've been decent, especially with Deshaun Watson. They've been okay. Obviously, never been to the Super Bowl, but I would say of that division, one of the top contenders with the Colts. Especially after Peyton left. So it's not been a bad franchise, but now, like, I don't know. And obviously, when you get a guy like, Deshaun's one thing, especially when he wanted to have more input on the head coach. Like, we can go either way on that, but obviously the franchise player, the highest paid guy, you got to respect at least some of his wishes. But my thing was J.J. Watt. Like, J.J. seemed to love it down there and, never really had disparaging marks about the McNair family or the franchise. And now, all of a sudden, at the end of this season and obviously before they let him go, he was not a happy camper and not a very big fan of anything to do with the organization. I think the variable in that, what changed, was this Easterby clown. So
okay, let's start right there.
I don't know what that says. I don't think Deshaun plays another down there. I know people say, well, he's under contract. Is he really going to, are they going to call his bluff? Blah blah blah. But man, quarterbacks in the NFL, if he wasn't a quarterback, I would maybe agree with that. But he's not. Somebody's going to pay for him, and somebody's going to want him on their team because he's one of the top, 5-6 quarterbacks in the league, if not higher than that. So
Ross,
how you mess that up, I don't know. But it's just a weird. It's a very strange development, and I feel like it's really been over the last year or so since that guy got there.
I think that's what we're getting at. Like, so your face of your defense, J.J. Watt says, I want to be released. They let that happen. And then your face of your offense in the face of your franchise. And when I say those two, they both are very good for the community in Houston. They've taken care of things during Hurricane Harvey. They've been great, everything else. And also, wasn't it the president of the franchise stepped down because he's like, I don't like where it's going, all because of this. And I liken him to Rasputin, who somehow has brainwashed the owner to be like, this is the way it's going to go. I've gone from team chaplain to now I'm vice president of operations. So, like, you are an NFL franchise. How does this happen? How do you let this happen?
And that's what I said, it's got to be something to do with the old man's son, the McNair son that runs the Texans. I know they have multiple children, but since the old man died and basically I think it's Cal McNair who runs it, I believe.
Yes, it is.
They let him run it and bring in Easterby. It's just been a weird vibe, and you're right. Why? I guess would be the big question. Why are you so? What does this guy mean? Why is this guy so important that you're willing to cut ties with your basically the franchise player? I mean, J.J. Watt is the face of the Texans. He's the only player that, if you ask people who you associate, it's J.J. Watt. Obviously, Deshaun Watson's getting there if he stays there, but, it's those two guys that have really been the face of the franchise for at least a decade.
Easily,
and
yeah.
Now you have, like you said, this guy that starts as chaplain and all of a sudden is buddy enough with the owner.
Did you see the impersonations he did at this church that he was at in Florida?
Did you see the sermon?
Well, I've seen some videos popping. Every once in a while people post some videos, and
dude, he was
tongue in cheek on Twitter.
Russell, he was trying to he was basically saying everybody from Minnesota goes, don't you know, every 4 seconds. I'm telling you, man, it was so dumb. And then everybody in Boston, park your car. Hey, what did you do? I parked my car. That's all they say. He was so bad. It was embarrassing to watch. Like it made you uncomfortable to watch it because he was trying to be funny, but he wasn't even close. Nothing was close. Like he was doing impersonations of like California football fan going, "Hey, dude, after the game, brah, we're gonna go surfing, brah." I'm like, that was what he was doing. I'm like,
that
like a 5-year-old.
And don't you think like the weird thing is like, I don't know. I guess I don't know enough of the background from him. I think he's pretty well educated, from what I remember. But I don't know like where
college degree don't make you smart, bro.
Where,
sorry,
you can say that again. Where he gets his like authority, I guess. Like why does this guy have credentials in the first place? Like,
I think Jay's right.
I don't know enough about his background, but
he probably has some voodoo curse on somebody or something. He's like the
or
Rasputin.
something on the
Yeah,
exactly.
he did something weird. He probably put something in someone's milk, and there you go. And all of a sudden, they're tricked by him. He's like,
so I don't know. The interesting thing down here too, just piggybacking off the Texans talk is what they're going to do with Dak and Dallas. There's people wanting Dallas to trade for Deshaun and just say whatever with Dak. Like,
what do you think on that?
If they tag him again, he's not going to come back. So I guess if you think he's a long-term answer, you try to sign him before camp. If you're fine with letting him go, I mean, nobody's playing on the franchise tag multiple years and staying. Obviously, Kirk did it in Washington and turned it into a fine contract. I think I heard on the radio yesterday that Drew Brees did it 1 year.
Okay.
I don't know if that was in San Diego or where it was, but it was one of those things like nobody stays when they play on the contracts. The franchise tag multiple years as a quarterback. Like you just don't need to. And you get a lot of people down here saying, well, he's just Romo light. Like they're not going to win anything with him. It's Tony Romo all over again.
The problem was never Romo. The problem has always been Jerry. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, Romo was great, but they waited so long to put a team around Romo. He got his brains kicked in.
Yeah. I don't know. It's this off season. We'll see. I saw Ben just restructured his contract or signed a new deal, so he's back in Pittsburgh. But with Russell Wilson speaking out, obviously Deshaun probably not playing for the Texans. You got Wentz already moving, getting moved to Indianapolis. There's a lot going on, and I don't know what's gonna. I think that if Russell Wilson gets moved, that the domino effect will start. He's kind of the interesting thing to me because I think that at one point, 2-3 years ago, he was maybe an untouchable. Like, why would Seattle ever let him go? But when a guy speaks out, especially a guy like that's got a pretty polished image, especially up in Seattle, I think there's a lot more going on, and we'll see if it doesn't turn into something a little bit deeper. Whether it's him leaving or Pete Carroll leaving, I don't think we're close to done on that front either.
Yeah, it's the quarterback carousel is an interesting thing that's going on, and like you're down there in the heart of it with Dak. And I was just talking yesterday with some Cowboy fans, and up here they didn't really flinch with the ones I was talking to. Like, yeah, they're gonna have to pay him $37.7, and they're like, why? And I'm like, well, it's Carson Wentz where they're at, and it's not Patrick Mahomes money yet. And they're like, oh, okay, well, not a big deal. And I was like, it is a big deal because it's the NFL, which also stands for not for long. And you want a long-term deal, and it's going to make better things. And if the Cowboys if there's always going to be leaks that like they're entertaining offers, he's going to get pissed. I mean, wouldn't you, Rosso? Like,
Well, yeah, I think I heard that the average for a top 5 quarterback has gone up from 27 or something a couple years ago. Now it's 30, 37 or 35, whatever. So if they'd have signed Dak 2 years ago when they had the opportunity to, like, he probably would be a bargain, in a year or two, right? Like, depending on his contract structure.
Oh, yeah,
so
100%.
I don't know.
If they would have signed him to Ross, if they would have signed him to a long-term deal, a 5-year deal, 3 weeks ago in 2020, they would have got him for about, I would say, $32 a year. 30 to 32, and then Carson Wentz signed, which is almost like a year ago now, to 35 plus, 37, whatever else, and then you have Patrick Mahomes, the 40. They could have got him at 30, 32 a year, and he would have signed it easily. But now Carson Wentz, he's going to be somewhere between. That's why he's franchised at 37.7, right?
Yeah, and I mean, like let's say, what do the Bills do with Josh Allen? Like, do you pay him already? Do you wait till after next year? Like, because he's another one that's going to be, I would say probably, if he has another good year, top 5 money, right? Like, I mean, it's just going to, nobody's going to, you would think everybody's going to fall in line after Mahomes, like, depending on how you want some of these young guys to be valued. But, you know, does Dak go ahead of Josh Allen? I don't know. That's another, like, should he be paid more? I don't know. You know, that's what these teams are trying to figure out. But, I mean, the bottom line is that whether it's Deshaun, Dak, Russell Wilson, like, you need one of these guys. Like, look at that's why the Rams sent Goff packing. Like, that's why people don't believe in Wentz. Like, I know Indy signed it, but if Frank Reich's not there, they don't take him. Like, there's only a certain amount of quarterbacks that win year after year after year after year in the league, and that's what these teams are, I guess, trying to weigh. Like, do we pay a guy, and try to keep a guy for $40 million a year just to be relevant, even though that's a hard number against our cap, and that really handcuffs us in other ways.
Obviously, like you just said, you just mentioned the cap, and there's all these other things that are going on and where they're headed towards. But the thing is, I just don't believe what the front office is ever saying. I mean, yesterday you have John Gruden and Mayock, the GM of the Raiders, saying, like, we will pound the table for Carr. And I was like, no, you won't. You won't. You'll save $19 million if you cut him right now. Don't say that. And same thing, the Vikings, like, Cousins is our guy. Like, is he? Is he your guy? No one believes that stuff. Like, why even go out and make these quotes if you're going on The Fan or whatever else? Like, why say these things when you don't really believe them? And we're smart enough now as sports fans, when we have Twitter, we have all these other things, to know better. But why go out and be like, oh, this is our guy for the future? It's like, not really. If something comes better, you're gonna toss him off to the side.
Yeah, I mean, it's a business. I mean, that's at the end of the day, like, these guys, I think everybody knows that involved. Like, yeah, Rick Spielman's got to say Kirk's our guy, but, man, if they put a package together and can get Deshaun, or if, hey, they draft a quarterback in the second round this year, like, well, Kirk's our guy for one more year, and then we'll see. Like, you know, it's one of those things, like, I feel like that these guys have to realize that. Like, it's not surprising, and it's kind of playing the game. Like, these GMs have to blow some smoke and pump up their guys, just because if there is an offer that they want to, you know, try to entertain, they can't depress the value by saying, well, we're not sold on Kirk Cousins, and then all of a sudden, well, let's offer, instead of, you know, a first-round pick for Kirk, let's see if they'll take a third, and then see if we can get a second, actually, when they wanted a first to begin with, you know? So it's, you know, a little of that, I think, trying to keep the value up so people, you know, aren't depressing their offers. Now, that being said, Sean McVay didn't, and Les Snead didn't endorse Jared Goff, and then, you know, a week later they let him go. Like, they traded. So they were being honest, and they obviously had to give up a decent amount to get what they think is an upgraded quarterback. So I don't know. It's interesting. You know, I'll tell you what, right now I really miss the Combine. I realized, you know, being there however many years in a row, and it would have been, I think, this past week in Indy, and just get a little bit more feel. I know I told you, used to tell you guys all the time, you get a little more feel for what's going on. You get some good nuggets off there. You get some good just banter with people in the know, you know, analysts, whatever. And we don't have that this year. And I also think that's going to make an interesting, you know, mock draft season and everything else, because these guys are doing, you know, all these pro days that the teams are doing, and the college teams or the agencies. But that's a little bit different than the Combine. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I can just guarantee you that Trevor Lawrence will be taken number one, right?
Yeah. And I actually think
I've seen some other people say, "Wow, there's teams that rate him second." No, there might be a couple, but no.
Pro Football Focus has him as their number one prospect since 2013, 2015, something like that. Number one overall prospect is Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean he's you know, essentially Andrew Luck Part 2, right?
I think so. Have the Jags already said they're taking him?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might have. Yeah, I mean, that's a no-brainer to me. They're taking him.
And now that you mention that, when you bring up the combine, I really do believe that if we go back, T-Roy, what is it, 4 years? Might have been the first time we had Rosso on.
Yeah.
And you said you're going to the combine. We're like, what? And I think that might have been the fast track that we need to make sure that our phones work out as a podcast being in the bar, because you called us from the combine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question about the combine.
You're right on that, yep.
Yeah, let me ask you a question on the combine. Is the 40-yard dash done? Does it matter? Really?
I don't think it's done. I think it's used as a tool to confirm what scouts or analysts see on tape, right? Like, guys can run super fast and not be able to translate that to the game field. Kind of like, I'm trying to think of a receiver that's done that recently. They're not going to blow you away, but
Metcalf
when they
was
put
one
the
of
tape on, they play faster. And I think, good or bad, that confirms it. And I know that, obviously for multiple positions it doesn't work, but for cornerback and receiver for sure, I think both of those things are used as a tool to confirm what these guys watch on tape. Because the tape drives all this. There's been guys, Troy Williamson comes to mind for the Vikings, back in the day when they wanted to replace Moss. They took him because he impressed the combine. But in general, I think these days the tape is the number one determinant. And then, all these other agility, speed factors are used as, ways to confirm what these scouts are seeing on the tape.
We can only do a few more minutes and we got to go to break. How are things down in Texas? What's different down there than it is here in the Midwest?
Sports-wise, the crazy thing lately is everybody's into college baseball, and I just, being from up there, I never, we covered it a little bit for the Hawkeyes, but college baseball here is covered all the time, which is very interesting to me. And as a lifestyle thing, it's hard to say. We haven't been able to do much down here. I probably told you guys that last time. Like, it's been out to dinner a handful of times. We'll see. I mean, I think obviously the governor opened things up down here earlier in the week, so we'll see how it picks up. But yeah, it's tough to gauge that. Austin's got such a great music scene and everything else. We haven't been able to do any of that because all these venues have been closed, and between that and the capacity's reduced and everything else. So we'll see. I mean, we're still holding on. We haven't been vaccinated yet, so
that's interesting.
Do that in the next 6 weeks to 2 months, whenever we get the call, get put on the list for doing that. So
yeah, but you bring up college baseball. And you've got a legendary Augie Guerrero, am I pronouncing that right, I believe, right? Who coached at Cal State Fullerton, and now he's down at Texas. So, I mean, you've got a guy that you can interview and talk about the greatest baseball players he's ever seen or coached against, which is pretty cool, in college at least, what I'm saying, before guys that just went to college instead of just went right into the draft. So,
yeah, for sure, yeah.
I mean, he coached Mark Kotze at Cal State Fullerton, and now he's down at Texas. And he's a legendary coach.
I guess I kind of liken it. I guess it's a little bit. I didn't think about this before I was down. It's a little bit like college hockey in the Midwest. Like, there's people that, and I used to be big into Gopher hockey, that love college hockey, and that gets covered a lot just because it's such a big Midwest and obviously Northeast sport. And like down here, this time of year, everybody's into college baseball. Like, and these are the teams. Big 12,
and
SEC. Like those are the perennial powers, across the board. So I get it. It's just different to me. I was gearing up for state tournament basketball and all this, and then I see people like they're at Texas versus BYU, and I'm like, wow, local media's covering, the fifth game of the season. That's interesting to me. But it's just a different clientele and a different sports preference, I guess, down here with the Longhorns.
100%. All right, buddy. I appreciate the phone call and giving us 25 minutes. I really, really do. It's been too long since we talked to you, so let's catch up soon. And let's do it right around when
tournament
Hawks,
time.
Yeah, tournament time in a couple weeks
when
the Hawks get there.
We didn't even get to talk basketball.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're still following the Hawks because, I mean, you did such a great job for Hawkeye headquarters here at WHBF, and it's still something that's near and dear to your heart and near and dear to our heart. So I'm sure you're still watching the Hawks, and we'll talk more about.
I'm going to leave you with this because I saw it when I was looking up some stuff this morning. So I heard Mike Bray from Notre Dame is on the hot seat. I think that's a job that the Iowa basketball coach is going to be in the running for. I'll leave you with that. I don't have any. This is reckless speculation.
Love it. That's
just because he's Irish? Damn it, that's
his
racist.
ties to Notre Dame. No, he coached under Digger Felser.
He did.
Yes,
he
did. An alum there.
And Rosso's the first one to ever give us recklessly speculation on a Thursday.
Gosh, he really
Look at him. He's just dropping tidbits still this day.
I think if I'm telling you guys, if Mike Bray's let go, Hawks have a good run, which everybody's expecting them. I fully expect at least Sweet 16. It'll be an interesting. We'll just see what Notre Dame comes to the table with. If that's their guy, because it would be a job that I think he would leave Iowa for. There wouldn't be too many, I wouldn't think, but an ACC job and his ties there. If it comes to that, I would not be surprised if he's one of the top names mentioned.
Wow. Rosso, thank you so much for answering my text and calling and answering the phone call. And I can't wait to piggyback what you just said when Kaker comes in the second hour and make it seem like it was my idea that I just brought this up to recklessly speculate about this. I'll text you real soon. We'll text about the Twins and everything else. Sorry, but it sucks about Royce Lewis, but we're going to be just fine in the Central. Thank you for your time so much, my friend.
I hope so. Watch out for the Sox, though, right? That's what we're worried about.
All right, buddy. Have a great time down there. It's so nice talking to you. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yep. See you.
Yep. All right, it's Adam Rosso. We got to take a break real fast. Get it in here.
This is Julian Vandervelde, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
What can help you take advantage of today's low mortgage rates and save money? Rocket can. You could save hundreds of dollars every month by refinancing with Rocket Mortgage at today's near historic low rates. If your current rate is over 4%, with today's low rates, you could lower your payment by over $150 a month, saving thousands in interest every year. With a cash-out refinance from Rocket Mortgage, you could consolidate and pay off high-interest debt, tackle home improvements that could add value to your home, or even set aside cash for your child's future education. We've already helped over 1 million clients just like you reach their home financing goals this year alone. So remember this. What can give you the technology to refinance easily and save money? Rocket can. Call us today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com. That's 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Savings are based on quick loans, internal data. Points and fees may apply. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and NMLS-ConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
Oh, man. Here we go again. Up early, feed the dog, out the door, traffic, at the office, boss in some kind of mood today, no time for lunch, annoying coworker, no time to relax, bedtime. Then we gotta do it all again? No way. Because the best way to break up the mundane every day is to play at Wild Rose Casino and Resort. Slots, tables, sports, and a whole lot of perks when you join and play with your Club Wild card. So, let's play. Wild Rose Casino and Resort, Clinton.
The COVID-19 pandemic has caused lots of problems for Quad City area workers. If you're looking for a way to give back, join the Big Tip Saturday, March 6th at the QCCA Expo Center in Rock Island. Enjoy live music all day long, great food by the Captain's Table, and Smokin' Butt Barbecue. You can purchase tickets to the big event at thebigtip.org. Just a general admission ticket or a VIP ticket to the event. Proceeds from the ticket sales will go directly to people in the Quad Cities that need our help now. The Big Tip. See you March 6th.
I'm Gus Johnson, and we're live at Casey's, where Sam has 3 minutes to prepare a large supreme pizza. Made from scratch dough. Classic move. Fresh cut veggies. Nice play. Goes for the cheese. Oh, look at those fresh shreds. It's Casey's for the win. Feed your home team delicious handmade pizza from Casey's. Now, buy any large pizza, score one for $5.99 with promo code WIN. Casey's, here for good.
Shopping at Tyson's is a slam dunk this spring. Find savings on hundreds of products both online and in-store. Show your collegiate pride and save 20% on apparel and up to $10 on select accessories. Save on a variety of name brand boots, including styles from Georgia, Rocky, Red Wing, and more. While you're at it, save 20% on insulated workwear from Key and Dickies. For these deals and more, shop in-store or online at Tysons.com. Tysons, home, farm, auto.
Come on into Tysons, more for you.
Your sports leader is new and different every day. Download the ESPN 1170 app today.
This is Tom Kakert from HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? You're probably looking for some fuel treatment.
It cleans your fuel system to help your engine run smoother, and that means better gas mileage. Right now, you can get 2 bottles of Lucas Complete Fuel Treatment for just $8, plus a $1 bonus reward if you're an AutoZone Rewards member. Not a member? Don't worry. We can sign you up fast right here or on AutoZone.com. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
From the gridiron to the 9-iron, experience the thrill of the game anywhere in Iowa with Elite Sportsbook. You can now sign up for Elite Sportsbook on your phone anywhere in Iowa and receive your first bet risk-free, up to $500. Just visit EliteSportsbook.com to create an account, and your first bet is on us, up to $500. It's time to play your game with Elite Sportsbook. For a limited time only, valid only in Iowa. Must be 21. Visit EliteSportsbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
We just expanded our lot at Weber Auto Group. What's that mean for you? Now's the time to buy. Bigger selection, better deal, lower prices. Plus the Weber warranty. And every car we sell gets our 52-point inspection. So call us, visit our website, or better yet, come see us in our new showroom in Silvis. Weber Auto Group, your 5-star dealer.
It's tax time. Get a whole house furniture package for just $15.99 at Brady Home Furniture in Davenport. Same-day delivery. In stock now. No credit needed. 90 days, same as cash. All package items are Ashley brand. Choose a 5-piece bedroom set plus 2-piece sectional or sofa and love seat. 3-piece coffee table set and your choice of a 5-piece dining room set, all for $15.99. Limited stock. So hurry to Brady Home Furniture, 1129 Brady Street, Davenport, Iowa. That's Brady Home Furniture, Brady Street, Davenport.
Welcome back, everybody. We had a packed studio now. Adrian T. Roy, Jay Bird, and the little shake and cake in the house. Tom Kakert from Hawkeye Report. Tom, thanks for joining us again today.
What is going on, gentlemen?
A lot of stuff. With very impressive victory by the Hawkeyes here last weekend at Ohio State.
Yeah. After I went up to Michigan, saw them lose there, and
did you jinx them? Is that what happened?
I must have been.
You know what, T-Ray? What's the next question about Ann Arbor?
Okay, go ahead. You got 2 questions. I know that your next. You want to know what I ate? Where I ate?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, God. I thought that you had to joke about Ann Arbor. I'm like, no. She's a what?
No, I said a question, not a joke. Yeah.
Okay.
So so I rolled into town the day of the game, so I had like an hour beforehand, and they didn't have any food at the arena. They're just parents.
That was a shutdown state too. They got
So I
Whitmer, I believe, is the governor there or something like that.
Yeah, they've opened up a little bit now though. You can go sit in places and eat pretty much anywhere. Anyway, I went to stopped to get a little Five Guys.
Oh, okay.
Well, Five Guys before I went to the game, and then the next morning, stayed with my friend who's a doctor up there, and she had the morning off, so we went to Nick's House of Pancakes.
What's that like?
It's good.
Really?
Look at the
it's
smile
really
on his
good.
face. Yeah, it's good.
What did you have? I take it pancakes?
No, did not have pancakes.
Okay.
Had this skillet that was just.
What was in it?
Eggs,
sausage,
bacon, ham.
So it was like a
cheese, like a meat
Denver
lover.
skillet.
Yeah. With these, the hash browns were to die for. They were just
nice.
like
Nick's House of Pancakes.
Have you eaten at Jimmy's, by the way?
Jimmy's
in Bettendorf on 18th.
No,
they got some good stuff there. I'll tell you what. And then there's a place called Stack's downtown Bettendorf.
She and I went to Stack's last time she was in town.
Get the riverboat at Stack's.
Really?
Yeah,
I had a nice little skillet there too. We enjoyed that. That was good.
Jimmy's does a Greek skillet where they use hero meat.
Ooh.
So, dude, I had it the other day.
Did you ever go over to Uncle Pete's in Moline?
No.
Oh, you got to go there. They got the good Euro meat.
Adrian, welcome to Food in the Quad Cities.
Went over there yesterday with the great Matt Randazzo. We had lunch there.
And that's it. And that's a hero spot. Uncle
Pete's?
It's
Randazzo make time for you.
Yeah. What did you do?
You're a special dude.
Did you have to hold a gun to his head?
I know. It's a rare time. The only time I rarely see him.
The hero place I like is Olympic Hero across from North High School.
Well, this place is really over on Avenue of the City. It's right across from Moline High School. Uncle Pete's, locally owned.
Yeah, so it's
good food.
Olympic, yeah. I just don't get over to Illinois that much. I did ride across the new bridge the other day.
Yeah, I
Very
haven't been over
impressive.
it
The
very
whole
much.
time I'm talking to my wife, I go, I'm going over the bridge.
Now that my son's
Hope it
driving,
doesn't fall.
Now that my son's driving, I don't have to go over to like Alleman anymore.
Oh, there you go.
Really, so that was
Do you
like
go
my daily
across the
trip.
bridge, Adrian? Quite a bit?
For bags, Moline.
Oh,
yeah.
Every Monday.
So
Yeah, it used to
is
be
it downtown though?
No, it's
So you're gonna take the old one?
No, I take the new one. Oh, I take the old one over, the new one back.
Yeah.
It gives me
Because you got to get off and then you got to follow
extreme
River
anxiety
Drive
to
down.
ride on
Oh,
the
yeah.
new bridge. Extreme anxiety. And then the entire time I feel like I'm going to get into an accident because I'm pointing to the old bridge. Why are they driving over there? Why are they driving over there? And I get it because it's
Don't
good
look at
downtown.
it.
Yeah, extreme anxiety.
The
And
new
then,
bridge is solid, man. I really like it. Don't you?
then
Yeah.
there's the highest porta potty ever in the history of porta potties, and I'm wondering what's going on up there. I should be paying attention to driving, but I'm wondering why this porta potty is so high elevated above everything else.
What's it doing? Where's it at? What's it on top of?
What if it breaks open?
Yeah, have you never seen this?
I'll have to drive by.
Well, try not to pay attention. It's distracted driving.
I'll
I don't
make
want that
Amy
to happen.
drive.
Yeah,
That way I can
there is a
run.
porta potty. There's something going on in between the big scaffold that's as big as
And
can
it's
be.
up there. And it's a porta potty up there.
There's a porta potty up there.
Is it safely secured?
I would hope so.
Why wouldn't you just pee off the bridge?
Because
Interesting.
It's called pollution, Tom.
Okay.
Oh,
Can
I'm
you
saying.
imagine you're driving by
Throws
and
me
all of a
off.
sudden it's sunny day.
I know.
I'm sure it's being done.
Yeah, I'm sure every summer there's enough urine going in into the Mississippi River.
Sunny
It
day.
is
All of a sudden
something
you're
else.
driving on the bridge, a sunny day, and all of a sudden there's like this stream coming down on your car.
I would be afraid to be up there that high and the wind blow your porta potty down.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's
That's
not.
that's a stinky fall, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Well, I do know what you mean. Yes.
Did you ever see like the Jackass where they shoot the guy's in the porta john and they shoot him up like on a
Oh yeah.
like a what do you call
No,
it,
that's
bungee
cool.
cords?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so gross.
All right, Cakes. We're gonna get off the porta potty talk.
Yeah.
Why?
Why
We
not?
started going down food, and now we've ended up in
Yeah.
porta potties.
That's
Okay,
where it all ends
Iowa,
up anyway.
Iowa basketball.
Iowa basketball, my friend.
So
how we doing? Mm-hmm.
Playing Nebraska. I'll tell you what. The game Sunday was just a giant win for them because that gets them into a situation where if they win this week, they can get a double bye.
Yep.
Which means that they don't have to play until Friday, which is huge. You don't want to have to play Thursday. And
3 teams get the double bye, is that right?
Four
Okay.
teams. So Michigan, Illinois are locked in pretty much to double
and
bye.
Ohio State are vying for the other two.
Iowa, Ohio State, Purdue could get it too.
Mm-hmm.
Purdue could still get there. So it's a big deal. So basically, if Iowa wins one of two and like Ohio State were to lose, then Iowa gets the double bye. But if Iowa wins, Iowa's going to be favored to win. I mean, they're
Right.
17.5-point favorites tonight against Nebraska, and then they'll probably be, 6-7 point favorites, I would guess, against Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe less than that.
Did they come out with more intensity against Ohio State because of the loss of Michigan, do you think?
I think part of it is they're just a better matchup. Michigan's interesting because they seemed like they could just kind of step on the gas whenever they wanted to and beat people. They did it against Wisconsin. They did it against Iowa. But then when they went to the gas pedal the other night against Illinois, there was nothing there.
It was
and
non-existent.
Yeah.
Illinois handed it to them.
They got trounced.
But in contrast, think about what Iowa did to Michigan State, what Illinois did against Michigan State,
Yeah,
and then
and-
vice versa at Michigan.
I know it's
Does
weird.
that have more to do with Michigan couldn't get it going against Illinois, or is that where Illinois is at this time
I
of
think
the season?
Illinois
to where they
just
are that dominant right now.
I think Illinois just came out with a lot to prove, a lot of intensity. They were locked in, and they were ready to go. And Michigan, it just seemed like a flat spot. They were playing their third game in like 6 days. They had played Thursday, Saturday, Monday, I guess whenever it was. Was it Monday or Tuesday? Something like that. Thursday, Sunday, Tuesday. So it was like
And that was Hawkeyes. Who was in the middle between Illinois?
They had I can't remember who they played.
Either way,
but
two
it was
top 10 teams are
Thursday.
playing in a week.
Yeah, and they were so it just seemed like their legs just weren't there for that third game, and their intensity dropped, and they just didn't have it. And Illinois came out with a purpose. The thing that I've joked about that it probably killed Ayo Dosunmu's chances for National Player of the Year, because if you're going on the road against Michigan and you beat them by 20 plus points without Ayo Dosunmu, how do you justify Ayo Dosunmu being the Player of the Year?
Yeah.
Plus, Luka came out, I thought, with a purpose on Sunday. I think Ohio State is just a better matchup for Iowa, just because they don't have any bigs.
Yeah.
They just don't. And Kyle Young, is kind of their glue guy. He's sort of their CJ Frederick, and he was coming off that concussion protocol. He just didn't look like himself.
Yeah.
But I'll say this. Ohio State hosts Illinois on Saturday.
Okay.
Trap game.
For Illinois.
Yeah. Ohio State's had a whole week to live with that.
Yeah, that's true.
And they've lost 3 in a row, and they're at home. And Illinois is going to be feeling kind of fat and happy a little bit. Perfect letdown spot for them. So just beware.
I'm going to ask you a question from the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread from Sean Glancy. It says, isn't it true Michigan is playing 3 games less than the rest of the Big Ten? Is that true?
What's that?
It says, is it true that Michigan is playing 3 games less? 3 less games than the... Okay,
they
less
are.
than the Big Ten. Okay.
They are. They did not make up all their games.
Okay. Yeah, does it matter or
And that was
anything like that?
COVID protocol, right?
Yeah, during that.
They were, and that was not because they had COVID. It was because of the variant was within the Michigan athletic department, so they shut things down. I don't think anybody from the basketball team at Michigan ended up with COVID during that, but they had to shut things down for...
Because it happened with wrestling, too. It's not...
Yep, it was wrestling,
it was all
too.
of Michigan, so it's got really nothing to do with just the basketball team, because
yeah.
Iowa was supposed to wrestle Michigan, and obviously they're
That was
going to
be a
Big
big meet.
Yeah.
By the way, wrestling.
Yeah.
I saw the wrestling team getting on a plane today to go to
Penn
State
State?
College.
Yeah?
They tweeted out a picture. What are your thoughts? Do you think they're going to just roll? Well, Spencer Lee's going to win.
Yeah.
Right.
They got 4 number 1 seeds.
Ironman's probably going to win.
Yep.
DeSanto...
He'll have his...
Semis.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
Semis.
Cassiopino probably should be in the finals against Gable.
It'll be close. It'll be... he'll make the semifinals for sure.
Sure. Yep.
Chemdog...
Love Chemdog, yeah.
Chemdog's finals.
Yep.
Marinelli finals.
Yeah, I actually should have it all right in front of me here. Yes. No, it's a...
And that all starts...
It'll be Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and the Big Ten Network is going to have...
all of it, yep.
Coverage of all of that, which will be great. I'm glad they're doing a ton of coverage.
No, it's great that they're doing all the coverage that they are, and it's it's important. That
So the only guys do you worry about Nelson Brands? They'll qualify 10. They'll qualify all weight classes, right?
Yeah, Nelson's a pre-seed number 9 seed. I think he'll actually wrestle above the 9. I think he'll be
quarters.
Yeah,
at least?
well, he'll be at least in the quarters. Yeah, Max Lyon from Purdue. He's a West Delaware kid. Not West Delaware. I'm sorry, Western Dubuque kid. He's an Iowa kid. That's at that weight at 184. Warner's a 3. Cassiopino's a 3. Like we said, will be in the semis. You have Chemdog. He's a 1 seed. Max Mernin's a 2 at 149. You already said Ironman. DeSanto's a 2 also. Yeah, they'll qualify all of them. It's just a matter of how. Caleb Young's a 2 as well. Now, it really is a matter of when it comes to wrestling, when you do these things, you say you need to wrestle to your seed or above. That's the number one thing of all.
Yeah.
And I think if you're going to highlight anyone, it's going to be Nelson Brands at the 9 seed. And I'm going to say right now, just because I'm biased, I'm going to say Nelson Brands going to walk out 5th in the Big Tens.
Okay.
9, but he'll end up being 5th.
Our friend Pat is big on Nelson Brands. That's his favorite guy.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, the thing is, I've also watched him wrestle because he would come into town for the Midwest Shootout at Bettendorf when he wrestled for Iowa City West. So I've seen him wrestle plenty of times in person. And he's the assistant coach's kid. And his name is Nelson because of half Nelson. So, yeah.
You know this for a fact.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Why
It's
didn't
not
he
like
name
he
him
na-
Figure 4?
It's not. He's not.
What? I've been saying that's what I'd name my kid if it was a boy.
It's a great name.
See? Thank you.
Is it a great name, Adrian?
Fantastic.
Okay.
See?
That's not an actual wrestling move unless you're Ric Flair. It's not.
Well, who would you rather have your dad be?
It's
Ric
not like he's
Flair
named
or
after
this Brands guy?
Nelson from The Simpsons. He's named
That's
after.
a good
Thank
question.
you. I would rather
That's a
have
good
Ric Flair
question.
as my
Hold
dad.
on a second.
That's
What?
a good question, Jay. Who would you rather have as your dad?
That is really,
Ric
really.
Flair, or is it Terry Brands?
Terry Brands
Terry's his
or
father.
Ric Flair.
Woo!
You know it's Ric Flair, dude. Limousine driving.
I've met both of them.
Okay, well then you've got a good.
And which one did you get most giddy about?
Oh, this hurts.
Right here, Jay.
It's Ric Flair.
You're damn right it's Ric Flair.
It hurts though. Like, you got a guy who's an NCAA
Dude,
wrestling
Terry
champion.
Brands would say Ric Flair. Are you kidding me?
NCAA wrestling champion.
You
He
heard
wrestled
it
in the
here
Olympics.
first.
He's a bronze medalist, like in the Olympics. And
Yeah.
you gonna throw that away for the 16-time world champion?
16 time.
Ugh, that hurts. I don't know. That's a tough one.
The Nature Boy.
All right. Before we go to break,
Are
I'm
you
gonna ask
back?
a
Are you
question.
back with WWE, or are you still out?
He's in.
He's back.
He's
WrestleMania
back.
season.
WrestleMania
season.
Tom, I took notes yesterday. The Edge is going to take on Roman Reigns.
I don't want to
he
do.
is.
I don't want to do this again.
Bianca is taking on
Bianca
Sasha.
Belair. Yes, I know that.
He knows
Lashley's
everything.
taking
You're
on
not-
McIntyre.
Stop it, T-Roy.
Well, hold on.
I watch all this.
Asuka's taking on
I
Flair's
watch all
daughter.
this with Dazzo.
Oh,
Well,
because
the
he gets to
street-
hang out. See, he keeps poking it.
The Street Profits of
Putting
Rage are
salt in
taking
the
on the
wound that
Dirty
he
Dogs.
gets to hang out with Dazzo, and
You
Dazzo,
could've-
we can't even get him a call in.
Jay, you could have come over on Royal
know.
Rumble. And,
You know what he
and
does?
gambled with us. We gamble on wrestle.
I
On,
know.
on,
And he- that's
Scratches
what the-
Dazzle behind the ear.
That's the
how he
last
gets
time we
him
talked
excited.
to Dazzo. He's like, "This is the best time. You get to gamble on Royal Rumble and everything else. Gambling season. He's there, and you were on the same week. We were like, oh, they're giving away free money. All right. Before we go to break, we're gonna do the. I think you might have been in between the car coming in here and Rosso. It's always good about recklessly speculating. So Mike Bray probably might be out at Notre Dame.
You think? I saw something
That's
the other
what
day.
Ross is saying. Now,
I saw something the other day that suggested he's not, because they got a pretty good transfer coming in too. So
He's saying Rosso.
does Rosso have a source in South
Nope.
Bend?
He's just saying he just said keep your eye on this. If Iowa makes a deep run and Bray is out,
Oh yeah, Fran is a natural candidate for Notre Dame. I've said that all along.
and then what happens now?
What do you mean?
What do we do
Who
after
comes
that?
in Iowa?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question.
It
Did
is
we
an
lose-
interesting
Did we
question.
lose any? By the way,
I don't
want to
know.
ask you about this too. So the injury to Nungi.
I got yelled at with last time I speculated about Fran leaving and who would take over.
On the
By
message
who?
boards?
No.
Oh.
But people in Iowa City.
Oh, jeez, of
People
course.
who-
On Twitter?
No.
No?
No.
By Fran?
People who work there.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
You get where they had...
Not the
They're
conversation.
like, hey,
Yeah,
maybe
they're-
you shouldn't be recklessly speculating.
Yeah,
and I
they-
was like, it was just a fun podcast conversation.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
It was back when you remember when there was the plane that landed in Iowa City that ended up interviewing Steve Forbes.
Yeah.
But it was like for the Nevada job or for the Arkansas job that Muss got, and it was the plane went and it interviewed Alford and Muss and I think Richard Pitino maybe too. And it was in the Iowa City airport, and it was because Steve Forbes, who's at Wake Forest now, was at East Tennessee State, but he's from Lone Tree, Iowa.
Okay.
And Steve's mom had passed away, so he was at home. So they stopped there to interview him. So, but everybody's like, "You're in Iowa City," you know.
Man.
So we were tracking planes.
Get yourself in
And
trouble.
Fran just like, oh, didn't interview. And so we got on the podcast and we're just like bounced around some names. Like, what if you left? Well, and we concluded that he wasn't going to leave, but that ruffled some feathers.
We don't ruffle any feathers.
Got a few angry.
All right, before we go to break here for the commercial, I'm going to leave you guys with a trivia question, okay?
Oh, boy.
Of the 30 current MLB franchises,
yes,
only one has never had a player lead its league in home runs.
So the national or American.
What team is it? Of the 30 current MLB franchises, only one has never had a player lead its league in home runs. Which one is it? We're going to take a break here. ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us with local. We'll be right back.
This is Josh Sides, head coach, St. Ambrose University Esports. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us. We're
It's a
local.
Boy Day St. Patrick's Day blowout at the Circle Top in Davenport, March 13th through the 17th. Enjoy daily drink specials over $400 per day in daily prizes and their famous corned beef and cabbage all 5 days. Saturday, get $6 pitchers. Sunday is $2 Bud Family Cans. Monday is $1 domestic drafts. Tuesday is Ladies' Night with $2 Bud Family Cans. And Wednesday is $1 drafts all day long. It's a 5-day St. Patrick's Day blowout at the Circle Tap in Davenport, West Locust Street, Davenport.
Does learning a language feel like this?
No habla español? Hablo. It's hablo? Yes. It's hablo.
Bom dia, like good day, good morning, I think.
I can say, je m'appelle David, but that's probably it.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
This year is my year to get fluent in Spanish, and Babbel is definitely going to help me do that. The app is so easy to use, and it's so practical. It helps you learn things that you will actually need.
Since my husband is from Guatemala, I'll apply what I've learned in Babbel to our real-life situations.
I've tried other language learning apps and nothing really stuck. Babbel's been a complete game changer for me.
Hoy es miércoles y el clima está muy bueno afuera.
Estou com fome. Eu não tomei café de manhã.
Je suis des États-Unis et du viens-tu?
Babbel, language for life, celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at babbel.com. Just go to babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Is this your favorite time of year for sports? I'll bet it is. Sports bettors, are you ready? Are you ready for $100 in free bets? That's right, $100 in free bets. You can now experience Iowa's premium sportsbook from the comfort of your own home. Download the PointsBet app now and use code Iowa to get $100 in free bets when you deposit just $20. When you bet with PointsBet, you get faster bets, faster withdrawals, and faster rewards at your fingertips. All in an easy-to-use app rated #1 on Trustpilot. See for yourself why bettors are calling PointsBet innovative, lightning quick, and the reason they have ditched the other books. Download the app now to experience Iowa's premium sportsbook for yourself. Download the PointsBet app now and sign up with code Iowa to get $100 in free bets when you deposit $20. That's $100 on your first $20 deposit. So, are you ready? Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand?
Hey, Crawford guy! Go long!
No, I can't.
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike 3.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot.
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
Shopping at Tyson's is a slam dunk this spring. Find savings on hundreds of products both online and in-store. Show your collegiate pride and save 20% on apparel and up to $10 on select accessories. Save on a variety of name brand boots, including styles from Georgia, Rocky, Red Wing, and more. While you're at it, save 20% on insulated workwear from Key and Dickies. For these deals and more, shop in-store or online at Tysons.com. Tysons, home, farm, auto.
Come on into Tyson's, more for you.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Unfiltered. Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Zubin Mahente.
If you're Dak Prescott, do you believe in the management of the Cowboys? Do you believe they can help you to win a Super Bowl? I personally don't know if I believe that in Dallas. If I'm Dak, I want to hold them hostage. I not only want my money, I not only want the years I get, but if I don't get that, then franchise tag me for another year. Pay me my $38, $39 million and let my proof be on the field. I know he just had an injury, and I know that's a gamble for a guy like Dak Prescott, but then I'm thinking about, can I go to a scenario like San Francisco? Like, what's going to happen with Jimmy G? But Kyle Shanahan, that defense, that can help me win a Super Bowl a lot quicker. Can I go to a situation like a New Orleans? Drew Brees is going to retire. That defense is intact. I have weapons. I know what's there.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin, Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170. We're playing all the hits. The Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170. All the sports you need, right here. The Quad City Sports Leader is ESPN 1170 AM. KBOB, Davenport, a Town Square media station.
Are you ready? Hey, think you can tell us what to do? You think you could tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down.
Welcome back, everybody, to the show. Thanks for tuning in.
We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a brace.
Go on.
No.
Go on.
Little man. Break it down.
All right, here we are back, ESPN 1170 AM. Are you counting the 30 teams and eliminating it as you go? All right, before we went to break, I said that
29. I can't think of the 30.
The question of the day was,
Houston
of the
Astros.
30 current MLB franchises, only one has never had a player lead its league in home runs. What team is it? And on top of it, we'll do something else. On this day in history, do you guys know what might be in this day in history, in sports history? That's significant?
Give me the year.
Okay, I will, too, right? So, yeah. I'm not. Now, don't look, because I know you are.
I'm not looking.
Yeah.
I'm trying to peek. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. All right.
Is this the day Buster Douglas knocked out Tyson?
No, that was last week.
Okay. Yeah. It was right around this time of year.
March 4th, 1993.
March 4th, 1993.
You won't get it.
I won't get it?
Nah.
Give me a hint.
It is now something that happens on the Wednesday after the All-Star game. That's a hint. Does anyone know what happens usually the Wednesday after the All-Star game? Because there are no sports going on usually the Wednesday after the All-Star game, right? So that's the second Wednesday of July. There's usually no sports. So
the ESPYs?
Thank you very much. It is the ESPYs. So in 1993, on March 4th, what happened?
The ESPYs.
They're the first ESPYs.
But what's the most important thing that we all take away from the ESPYs?
Don't give up, don't ever give up. Jimmy
Absolutely.
Jimmy V speech.
It was a speech. Jimmy V speech in 1993. 28 years ago today, Jim Valvano delivered his legendary speech at the first annual ESPY Awards.
And it was during the college basketball season, and Kay was there, and Dick Vitale, and all those guys. That's wild.
Amid his battle, the ESPYs presented him with the inaugural Arthur Ashe Courage and Humanitarian Award. Despite being so sick, he was... and he was also unsure he'd be able to attend, but he showed up and gave one of the most memorable speeches. Quote, "Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind. It cannot touch my heart. And it cannot touch my soul. And those three things are going to carry on forever." And very much true. Since then, the Jimmy V Foundation has raised over $250 million. That year, Michael Jordan won the male athlete. Monica Seles won the female athlete. Breakthrough athlete was Gary Sheffield. And team of the year, T-Roy?
93?
Yeah.
Chicago Bulls. Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys. All right. Now, the question I asked you guys before...
93 was a great year for me. Just saying.
Of the current... did you just give that to him? No, we lost Kaker. We've lost Kaker now.
No.
Okay.
Man.
He saw the ladies.
Of the current MLB franchises, only one...
San Martino.
Only one has never had a player lead its league in home runs. What team is it? Adrian, what's your guess?
Washington.
Washington, I think the Washington Nationals would be the Senators, and I think
the Montreal Expos.
What do you have, T-Ray?
They would have been the Montreal Expos, right?
And that would be also Nationals or whatever else, so that kind of franchise thing. And Kakert.
Kansas City Royals.
Oh, I guessed the Tampa Bay.
You guessed Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
So that's your guess?
Yep.
Your guess is?
Washington.
And yours is Kansas City Royals?
Yes.
Why do you say Kansas City Royals?
Big ballpark. They have never really had a big power hitter.
Okay. And why do you say Tampa Bay?
I don't. They haven't been around long, and the greatest hitter they ever had was Evan Longoria.
And why do you say Washington?
Just can't find anybody that's led the league in home runs.
Except for Bryce Harper.
He didn't lead the league,
leads the league and good looking and everything else. Why did you change your guess?
I didn't.
Then why did you mention the Houston Astros?
Because he was trying to figure out his numbers.
No. Well, it is the Houston Astros.
Is it?
Yes,
Wow.
it is. They've never had a player lead its league in the home runs, and obviously
That
they've
was
been
a
both.
huge part back in the day.
Okay.
And Chris Jump guessed the Twins well known. Nelson Cruz just did that 2 years ago. So that is the.
Who did it for Tampa Bay?
Great question.
Did Bryce Harper lead the National League in home runs?
Yeah. In everything. How's that? Just the best player ever to play the game.
If you haven't found out, if Bryce Harper was in here naked right now, we would lose Jay.
That is
true.
True.
All right. Oh, watch this. If you had the choice between Bryce Harper or Ric Flair to be your dad.
Wow.
Yeah, see?
Man, that's a good question, too. I don't think Ric Flair's a very good. You know what?
Ric Flair's bad dad. That's
He
what we're
is a
finding
bad
out.
dad.
That's
He
what we're
is-
finding out.
He is not a good
He's
dad.
a terrible father.
Yeah, he's not a good dad.
He's been on the show, but he's a terrible
might be
father.
a great father.
I watched the 30 for 30. And he, by the way, Adrian.
Haven't you been seeing Charlotte Flair's promos?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
Terrible father.
He's
By the way,
impregnating young women.
Like 18 months later, he was still pissed about that for 30 for 30 because I shared a car ride with Ric Flair for 30 minutes at one point, and he was still really, really angry about it.
He's been on your show.
He has been on the show, yeah. Kind of famous, yeah. Anyway.
And you still won't make him your dad. And you think he's a bad father.
I'm not saying, I don't know.
You're still going to take him.
I think, what?
You're taking him over Bryce, aren't you?
Now, that's a great question. All right. So Bryce Harper can take me to 30 Major League ballparks, right?
Yeah.
And I can meet
In
a
a
lot of people.
limousine?
Before COVID,
Alligator
Ric
shoes?
Flair, I get to meet all these people. Oh, by the way, Adrian's not. Are you watching Young Rock, Kakert?
A little bit, yeah.
What do you mean a little bit? It's
I
30 minutes.
watched
It's like
I know,
25 minutes out of your
I
time.
watched it. I watched the first one.
You got a lot of catching up.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
How many have there been now?
Three. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool,
It's
though.
the only show that, other than WandaVision, that I look forward to.
Which is tomorrow.
Yes, I'm very excited.
The what?
WandaVision.
Okay.
Season finale.
So
Is it
let's.
tomorrow? No.
Season finale?
Yep.
It's only 9.
I don't
thought
have
there were
time
10.
to watch
Tomorrow's
TV.
the
Other than
Oh,
wrestling.
so
Is
like
it 2 hour?
Hey,
I think it's just one.
we've got Dazzo and Jace over here.
What?
I don't have time. I'm too busy. I
busy?
can't watch TV. I'm just too busy. Yeah.
He's got to
We're lucky that we
spend
got
time with Dazza.
Yeah, we're lucky we got him right now. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
In between in his food reviews, his Yelp, he's got his and you know.
I only bring up the food things.
Journalistic
because I've
integrity
got-
because he's got.
Yeah, I ask him.
I do have a question before we go into baseball. So, if they have the double bye, do you leave later to go to the NCAA tournament, or do you still go at the normal time just to kind of scout
It's the Big
opponents?
Ten tournament. Yes. Maybe I could technically, because it'll be the last game, so I could technically leave Friday morning.
But will you go early just to kind of see?
I might go. I might go.
Go to St.
but it
Elmo's.
depends.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, but well, it depends because they probably won't let us in the building until before the games. We don't really have anywhere to go.
Yeah. But I mean, you'll be able to go watch because you're scouting, kind of like to give like behind the scenes type.
Not
of,
really, because everything's going to be on Zoom.
Oh no! All right.
You know, I don't know what they're going to allow. I don't even know if I'm getting in. They're only going to let. We were told that they're only taking 5 kind of quote on beat writers per school.
Really?
Yes.
So you don't know if you got credentialed yet?
Don't know.
The NCAA wrestling tournament, as of last week, has been it's shut down. They haven't opened up anything yet. Because I was thinking about going down to St. Louis.
Going down to St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to. My daughter has a softball tournament, indoor softball tournament, so she comes first. But it'd be pretty cool.
Why do you hate Iowa wrestling?
It's not that I hate Iowa wrestling. I enjoy coaching softball.
Why do you hate Tom Brand?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Why do you hate Terry so much?
I tell you
Won't
what.
even let him be your dad.
Is Pat like texting you this stuff to do this to poke the bear? I don't know what's going on. Okay.
This is what I do.
This is what you do. All right.
This is what I do. I do this to Dazzo all the time.
All right.
Why does Dazzo hate America?
He does not hate America. He just all right.
Why does he hate this show? Why won't he come on?
He's busy.
He's busy.
He's not doing anything.
It's hard
He's
to
got
do.
like 2 flunkies working for him.
He's busy.
He's got all kind. I don't even know if they're in studio half the time.
They're
He's
not
always-
in studio.
Yeah.
He has not been in studio since last March. They don't. He doesn't. You have to ask him, but I don't. He said. I asked him the other day. I go, when are you going to get in studio again? And he goes, maybe November.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
What? I mean, legitimately, why? What's the problem?
I don't know.
What's the worry?
Are the other
Relax.
The weather people are in there.
Yeah.
One of the anchors is in there, and the weather person.
All right.
All right. Baseball talk. Okay, Kurt.
Sure.
The Cubs.
What's the Cubs win total? What are we gonna? What is the?
I got the over under for you.
Adrian.
90.
Wow.
Cubs are not winning 90.
Whoa.
90 games.
That was.
Well,
here's your hot take, everybody.
The over under on the Cubs is 79.5.
I'll take the under.
Over.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
I'll take the over.
Yeah. Where you?
Oh.
They're going to start off 10-2.
No, they.
Yes, they will.
They do every year.
They will start off 10-2. Have you seen their first
Listen,
12 games?
I want them to be good.
I watched them yesterday. Saw
I did
Jock
too.
Bomb.
Yeah.
Saw Jock Bomb.
Rizzo hit a bomb.
Who's going to be the leadoff?
Hap.
It looks like.
Is it gonna be Hap?
Well, it looks like Rizzo's been leading off
Well,
lately.
that was the.
How come they don't
and then
have
he gets
Jock
to give a
do it?
hug
Jock's
to
been-
Cantori.
Because
Jock
Jock
said-
strikes out a bunch.
Really?
Jock is just he's basically a better fielding, less fat Schwarber is what he is.
I think he's a little more than that.
No, he strikes
He's a
out a
better
lot.
hitter.
He hits home runs.
He's a better hitter.
Not really. You look at their numbers; they're almost identical. He's a better glove, but that's about it. I think the Cubs will be selling in July.
And who?
They're
going to send Baez, right? They've got to. They're losing 3.
They may just fire sale. But here's the thing, and it's just kind of proving out.
They'll sign 2 out of the 3.
It's just proving out now that that you just that you don't get much back in return these days.
Well, why
the
would
days
you?
of getting of kind of fleecing and getting a bunch of good players back in return? I mean, look, Darvish was the second best pitcher in the National League last year, and they got 4 guys that aren't even in the Padres' top 30 prospects.
Okay, but if you're looking at something now, if you're the Cubs and you're going
and the Cubs are paying paying half the salary.
If you're the Cubs and you're looking at things and
now
the
you
Mets
got me wound up here.
The Mets want to trade for Chris Bryant. Why wouldn't you do it right now when the owner comes out and says just less than 2 days ago, if we don't win a World Series within 3 to 5
Steve
years,
Cohen, the owner,
he says I consider this a complete loss. He says it's a disappointment if we don't win a World Series within 3 to 5 years or sooner. So when someone says that, why wouldn't you trade Chris Bryant right now for whatever the Mets have in their farm system right now instead of in July 30th?
They might not be offering what you want out of their farm system.
But if someone says that, don't you go to the negotiation table and be like, do you not want to win that World Series within less than 3 years in your window?
I'd be happy if they traded Bryant today.
I'm saying I think they should.
Because I think he's a diminishing asset right
He's
now.
gone. I think they're going to sign 2 out of 3. I think Rizzo's going to be a lifelong Cub, and I think Baez will be as well. I think they're going to sign 2 out of 3, but I think Bryant's as good as gone.
If Baez is hitting 208 in July, are you still going to re-sign him?
But you still need it. All right, so if Rizzo's a face, you still need that fire, that spark plug, and isn't Baez that? And is he going to hit 208? Is that what you think?
That's what he hit last year.
Oh, yeah, that was in 60 games. Adrian's got him at 90 wins, so he's gonna hit about 308.
A lot more of that.
I hope Adrian's right.
I do too.
They're starting off 10-2.
They don't have the Cubs don't have a starting pitcher that can throw 90. How are they going to get 90 wins?
Okay,
that's where the
really
problem
good point.
lies in their
Hold on.
pitching staff in general. The entire
really good
thing.
point.
I don't trust the bullpen, and I don't feel that there's a strong starter. They don't have a quote unquote ace.
Well, Kyle
Hendricks is your ace.
But he's not. All right, you compare
But
him
he's
to.
not a power
Hold on a
arm.
second. The guy who
he's their ace, but I'm talking a ace.
He consistently lets his pet monkey get into
All right,
situations
he's not that guy.
that are like unbelievable. He lets him be in charge of the concession. Sometimes he lets him be in a museum. I don't know if Hendricks is an ace when you let your pet monkey continue to do things that get himself in trouble. I get it that he's curious, but I don't understand why Hendricks
Here's
would be
my
an
thought,
ace.
and I'm just if Hendricks is an ace, would you rather have Hendricks or Scherzer on the mound to win one game? Would you rather have Hendricks or Kershaw? Would you rather have Hendricks
or Walker Buehler or Trevor Bauer or
yeah?
Bryce
just
Harper.
saying, I don't.
I guarantee
Bryce Harper,
he could throw a strike.
calm down with it.
I guarantee he could.
Listen, I like Hendricks. I don't think he's a bad pitcher.
I don't either.
I think
love
he's.
the
I think
professor.
he's.
I think he's a good number
2.
3, number 2 or 3.
I think he's a 2, but I don't think he's a 1.
In 2016, Jake Arrieta is not walking out to the mound, or 2015 Jake Arrieta.
God, I would take 2017 Jake Arrieta.
Zach Davies wins the Cy Young this year.
Zach Davies.
Gotta
Alec
happen.
Mills.
Gotta happen.
Zach Davies and Alec Mills, you could have a wet paper sack and they might not break through it with their fastball.
This is Caker. You can't come in with this. You got to be more positive.
You're gonna ruffle some feathers in Cubland with that.
Well, I'm a lifelong Cubs fan.
I know.
Yeah.
I suffered through Ray Burris, Bill Bonham, Jose Cardinal. I suffered when they traded Andre Thornton. They decided to have Pete Lecoq as their first baseman.
Say that again.
Pete Lecoq.
Pete Lecoq.
Names. Are you making these up?
No.
Are you making these names up?
Donnie Kessinger was at short.
That's French for Lecoq.
And they traded they traded Bill Madlock after he won batting titles.
To the Pirates.
I had George Mitterwald was the catcher.
Okay. Well,
Jerry Morales was out in center field doing basket catches. He was the master of the basket catch. Larry Bittner, Illinois native Larry Bittner, was out in left field. You know, one time Bittner was they hit a ball out towards him. His hat came off. The ball went under his hat, and he couldn't find the ball.
I just think you're making things up.
No,
I think he is.
I'm not making these things up. This was my childhood.
This is the things that made him cry.
And this is what you think is going to happen in 2021, the type of team you're going to get?
Dave Kingman hitting it.
I remember Dave Kingman. That one I know is real.
He hit the house. That was Lou Boudreau. He hit the house.
Is that what you really think the 2021 Cubs are going to be like? Like these nightmares of your youth?
Well, look at last year. They started off 13-3, and then they just sank like a stone.
They won the division.
They did, but they won because they had it was only a 60-game season, and they banked a 10-game lead and then treaded water.
Well, let's bank a 10-game lead this year and win the division.
They're going to go 10-2.
The Cardinals are winning the division.
Are you going to game?
And that makes me really mad, by the way, that they got Arenado. That's another thing. That's why you look at what Cardinals had to give up for a better third baseman than Chris Bryant. Nothing. They gave up Austin Gomber, who's terrible.
Yeah. The Rockies were like, we're not trading him, and the Cardinals were like, we'll give you nothing, and they're like, okay, we'll take it.
And the Rockies said, and by the way, here's a bunch of money too, so you don't even have to pay for this year.
Oh boy.
But the Cubs are going to get something for Chris Bryant. No.
I don't know what we'd have to, if we're going to recklessly speculate, we have to look at what the Mets have for their top 30, like you said, prospects. But if you're the Cubs right now, and that's basically their trade partner has been for Chris Bryant, the Mets have been the one, you need to go and say, like you publicly have said, 3 to 5 years or else it's a loss, if not earlier. You want to make this happen, let's make it happen. But,
my Dodger friends said that they need a new closer, so I offered Kimbrel for Gingergaard, but they did not take that.
Your Dodger friends did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I offered Kimbrel for Gingergaard.
And they said
Gingergaard was throwing 100 miles an hour the other day.
And why did they say no to that? Well,
because he's throwing 100 miles an hour.
Gingergaard's like their fifth.
Isn't the Red, the guy from like Game of Thrones, coming back? Didn't he sign again for the Dodgers anyway? They have him?
Yeah, third baseman?
Yeah.
Turner's back.
Yeah, so.
No, I'm just talking about like Kimbrel, because they need a closer, because they don't like Kenley Jansen.
Erickson just said on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread that Brewers just got Jackie Bradley Jr.
They did.
Yeah,
signed Jackie Bradley Jr.
What's he?
That is not a big sign.
That's not a big sign.
No.
You're lucky if he...
They'll have a really good defensive outfield with him and Yelich and Locaine.
So you dropped a lot of names. May or may not have been made up. But
They were
they're
not
from the past.
made up. These were not made up.
Erickson just said on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, it brings up the Brewers. And we'll throw out everybody's favorite uniform, the Padres. But what are the best throwback uniforms in Major League Baseball? If you're having a throwback uniform day,
those Astros, the Astros throwback uniforms.
Say the Brewers, the Astros.
Obviously, the Brewers. You have that in there. You got the mitt, the helmet, the blue with the yellow.
The old baby blue Braves.
The Astros, definitely. I'm a fan of that going up there. What'd you say next?
The baby blue Braves, the ones with from the 80s.
The one that you think, when you think of Dale Murphy, you think of that uniform? I'm with you on that.
I do not like the baby blue look for the Cardinals or the Phillies. It's too much baby blue.
I like it when the Twins wear it. They'll wear it like
the old school Pittsburgh Pirates
with the stovetop?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Or the White Sox with their girls' softball uniform.
When they wore shorts?
Whatever. When they had the collar.
But you remember when the White Sox wore shorts for a while?
I like the collar.
The collar one? Yeah.
Yeah, that one was...
Did they have the guy with the, basically, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
There was that one, but then there was another one, too, where it was like...
Right here. 75 Cubs. Look at the first base.
He's
right.
He's
Manny
not
Trio with that purple and teal stripe.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
What about the old Seattle Mariners when it was blue and yellow?
Okay, and
I forgot when the Cubs had Champ Summers too.
So what was the before
Tarzan Joe Wallace?
Is that before Griffey or not? Because Griffey, they had the S on their helmet. I mean,
Griffey
on their
came up in the old
uniform.
Yeah, then they transitioned in the new one with Griffey.
Then they used to have like.
What about that old school Yankees?
Well, I'm
just teasing. It's never changed.
Yeah. Erickson obviously points out the Expos.
That's why the Yankees, they've never...
They've
had
Dodgers.
the perfect... Yeah, them and the Dodgers both had the perfect uniform.
Except for when they lived in Brooklyn, but yeah, they were...
I'm just saying, that Yankee uniform with the pinstripes is the sharpest uniform.
Has the Mets ever changed?
In sports.
Mets? I think just the colors, not really like the logo.
Mets colors have changed, but
they've had some black and blue and
but they
orange.
they went through the V-neck and the...
Well, the Cubs had the V-neck too, and they just had the C over here.
I liked it when the Cubs had the little smiling, waving bear on the shoulder. That's always
my favorite. What about the pinstripe for the Cubs?
Favorite.
I like the pinstripe
Erickson
for the Cubs.
just said the red Cincinnati Reds had the all red uniform.
Yeah, I like
the old school logo.
My favorite Cubs uniform is the traveling grays where it just said Chicago.
I like the pinstripes more.
I like
that makes me think of like Sandberg on a poster, like jumping over, turning a 6-4-3.
What about the old Sox ones when they had the red uniforms?
I don't remember the White Sox.
Was that the one with the collar? Like they had like the
down
collar?
No, that was the 76.
Blue. Yeah,
that was 76 White Sox. And 77, that was the Southside Hitman team with Richie Zisk and Oscar Gamble. Yeah. Oscar Gamble has the best baseball card of all time. His giant afro.
Yeah.
Solid.
Is it better than Billy Ripken though?
Oh yeah.
It's better than Billy Ripken. It's just this. It's the whole card is his afro.
Okay.
It's unbelievable.
I'm just trying to think like what else out there that is like throwback that you're like, yep, I'm definitely in on that. I know obviously it's right now we're all in love with the Padres, going back to their old school, brown and yellow. The Brewers is always good. That's a great logo, which baffles me. What was it like?
Someone didn't realize that was the M and a B.
Yeah,
that they made the glove.
You're like,
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, someone. I mean, it was like it was someone from like CBS Sports. They were like, "Oh my goodness, did you guys ever notice?" Like, yes, we knew this. I'm not an idiot, but what?
Getting excited.
No, I'm just saying. Like, that's how do you not understand that?
Yeah, there was the White Sox. It was like the early '70s. It was when Dick Allen was on the team. They had the reddish.
Yeah, I know. I remember what you're talking about.
They were pretty cool. Sharp uniforms.
Sharp uniforms.
Ooh, I know one we didn't think of.
Okay.
Montreal Expos.
No, I just said that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Expos is good, but I mean now they're the Washington Nationals.
How about the old Braves with the Hank Aaron era?
Yeah.
Those were nice.
Mm-hmm.
Tight.
What else do we have on there? I'm okay with Toronto Blue Jays.
Hey, did I tell you the Iowa football team hired an assistant coach?
Really?
I had the news. By the way.
What do you mean?
Hire?
They hired a guy named George. They're hiring. Tim Polsek left.
Yep.
For the NFL, or not for the NFL.
Wyoming.
Derek Foster left for the NFL.
Yep. Wyoming.
For Wyoming to be the OC. So a guy named George Barrett.
Okay.
Barnett. I'm sorry, Barnett. He was at Miami of Ohio until this year, and then he left to go to Tulane in December. And so he's only been there for a couple months, and he's kind of off the second generation off the Joe Moore tree, which is the Kirk Ferentz, tree that he's off of. A guy named Harry Highstand, who used to be the Bears O-line coach. He was at Notre Dame. I think he's at Tennessee now.
Okay.
Pretty well-regarded guy, Harry is. And this guy learned under Harry, and Harry's a Joe Moore guy. So that gets him in the door. So
who's going to be the new strength and conditioning coach?
It's Ray Braithwaite.
So they named him officially?
Yeah, I asked Kirk that at the last press conference.
Okay.
And I said, are you hiring somebody, or is Ray going to take the interim tag off? And he said Ray's going to be the guy moving forward. So,
He's been there 15 seasons? Or
Yeah.
will this be his 15th?
Yeah, it's about 15 years. He was gone for a couple years, but yeah. The Doyle thing was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very weird.
I had heard about that like the week before, but never got it confirmed.
That he was hired and then...
That he was down in Jacksonville.
I had heard about that as well.
And I was just kind of waiting to see what... I talked to some people down in Jacksonville to see if they had heard anything, people who were covering them, and they're like, no, we haven't heard anything. And I'm like, well, maybe, they were poking around, and then finally... And Jacksonville didn't deny it. They just said, we haven't released anything on any personnel yet. So
weird.
Yeah, it's too bad. Chris is stuck because he can't talk to do the I'm sorry interview and to move on because there's legal action still going on. So he can't comment.
Sure.
So
there's a lot of legal things that point in his direction that he didn't do anything, but
I know.
again, yeah.
Well, absolutely there is. Absolutely there is. But he can't do anything with that because they've got this legal action that's pending.
Yeah.
And he's got anything he says will be used against him. So he's gonna just, I think, have to be quiet for a while, but it sucks.
Still making money.
I think he got paid.
Yeah, he sure did.
I think he got paid.
Before we wrap up,
Tony Khan writing those checks for wrestlers for the big show. And
big show, and more's coming. That's what Adrian said. But it's coming from Adrian. Adrian, it's story time. You bowled last night.
I bowled last night.
Take us through what happened last night, please.
I will say that I threw 11 strikes in a row, and it wasn't my best game. I got very lucky on my carry. And I go up for the 12th one, and the ball goes into the pocket, and one pin comes out standing.
That is way too fast of a description for a $2.99 game. So at what point are you looking at that scoreboard and you're like, yep. And now, is this like during a no-hitter, do people not talk to you?
So most of the time, people don't talk to you. I'm up Snapchatting it, like, don't mess this up, making a joke out of it. That's how I like to take the approach on it. Everybody else and kind of cleared the lanes for me to take my 10th frame shots. And just came up short.
My heart hurts for you. So
wait, you were in the last frame and you were about to roll a 300?
Yep, and then
one pin didn't fall.
One pin didn't fall.
My God.
This is that would have been my second 300, but this is now my.
So you have one.
I have one, but now this is my second 299.
Do you have to buy drinks? Is it like a hole-in-one?
No, not like that. Just a bunch of high fives afterwards.
So you have a 300. How long ago was your 300?
4 years.
4 years ago, but your second 299. Same situation?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Where do you bowl at?
Leisure Lanes.
Okay. All right.
So when this happens, so you're in league, right?
Yeah.
And when this happens, like you said, they kind of clear away, like because everyone's kind of watching. Like,
they let me finish.
Can you feel the rumbling when people are like, hey, he's? When does it start? Like, what frame does it start that people start kind of talking about it?
About the 8th.
Okay.
And then you can throw 5, 6, 7 in a row pretty easily. In these leagues.
Sure.
No, I wouldn't say easily. It happens frequently in a bowling league. It happens frequently in a bowling league, and then come the 8th, 9th, that's where it starts to get real.
Yeah, I'm a dum-dum that probably about the 4th I would start doing the rumblings because I'm also the dum-dum, and like in the 3rd inning I'm like, hey, he's perfect through in baseball. I'm like, he's perfect through 9 hitters. Like, start nudging my friends like, you're not supposed to talk during no hitter, but that's interesting. So everyone kind of clears away, and then what did you do when one didn't fall? You're just like shrug your shoulders like,
just put my head down and walk back.
Man.
And then in the next game, so you bowl 3 games a night. The next game I threw the first 3 strikes. So just that one right there.
Oh, man. That's so cool, though, that you were right there.
He threw 14 out of 15 straight strikes.
And every ball was in the pocket, right? Not right where I needed to be, but good enough to where it
should be a strike.
Yeah.
Did your team win?
We took 4 out of 8 points last night.
What does that mean? You took half of the points?
Half the points, yeah. So they won 4, we won 4.
So your teammates are terrible. You carried your team. Yeah.
We actually only did win that by like 5 pins that entire game. We bowled a really good team last night. A couple the other team we bowled against, one of the guys coaches with the bowling team at North. The other 4 kids have all bowled in Ambrose.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
Yeah, there's a very competitive team we bowled last night.
Is there a lot of beer drinking going on?
That's what our team kind of does.
Okay.
Their team wasn't drinking as much.
Yeah, so they had the competitive advantage, if you will.
Yeah. Yes.
Huh.
We should have not won any points last night, so we were excited with 4.
Nice.
Jay, did you talk about the Big Ten's going to let fans in?
No, go ahead. What do you mean?
For the Big Ten tournament.
What, 25%? 50%? How much?
8,000 total fans.
Is that still in Indy?
Yeah.
And how many, like, who gets what or whatever else?
It's divided up for each school. So,
okay.
8,000 tickets.
Before we have to sign off, Erickson is asking on the Heritage Pub Facebook comment thread, what are your predictions how deep Iowa will go in the Big Ten and the NCAA tournaments?
Big Ten, I think they'll make it to Saturday. First time since 2006 they'll get to Saturday.
To make the final?
Coin toss. I think they're probably going to play Illinois.
For the
in the
title?
semis?
In the semis.
Yeah.
That'd be great. NCAA's, it's hard to say. I think they're going to make it to the second weekend.
What do you think they're going to be as seed-wise?
2.
How deep of a 2? Because the last one that came out by Ken Palm, they had them in the same area as Gonzaga, which would make them the 8th overall. Where do you think they're at?
Yeah, I think they're probably 7 right now. I think.
So
that's my guesstimation.
Yeah.
So I think the goal is to get to that second weekend, and then you see that's the monkey on the back. They haven't been to the second weekend of the NCAA tournament since Dr. Tom Davis's final year.
Man, I love that.
Think about that.
Yeah.
A long time. 97?
No, right around 97, 98, yeah. 99 wasn't Alfred's first year, and they beat UConn the first game.
Yeah.
Was that 99?
Something like that.
I don't know.
It's been a while.
It's been a very, very long time. And they were 2 or 3 in 2006 when they lost to like Northeast Louisiana, right? Cakes?
They were a 2 seed.
2 seed.
That was Northwestern State.
Yeah,
that
Northwestern
was
State,
I was up there, Detroit.
Yeah.
I was sitting courtside.
Yeah, that was
sitting courtside. Saddest locker room I've ever been in.
Saddest locker room you've ever been in.
Yeah.
Really?
Because that was the last game ever for Jeff Horner and Greg Bruner.
Yeah.
And I had known Brew and Jeff since they were
at Mason City Horner?
Sophomore in high school.
Was it Horner at Mason City, right?
Yeah, Horner's at Mason City. Brew's at Chucktown. and they lose on that shot.
Speaking of Horner, now we have a new assist leader, right?
We do. J-Bo.
Yeah.
Jordan Bohannon.
That's
pretty awesome
cool
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a really nice tweet sent my way because J-Bo was wearing, he had this shirt on it, had a caricature on it. So the other day when we were doing our Zoom with him, I said, "What is on your shirt?" And he pulled it up, and it was the Tater Tough for this Tate kid from Williamsburg who's going through some problems and health issues, and Jordan was wearing that shirt, and they held it up. His mom saw that video, and she reached out to me on Twitter and did a tweet and just told me thank you for asking. So because she showed that to Tate, and it brightened his day.
Oh, that's great. That's a fantastic
that was
story.
Like awesome.
And we have less than a minute. Congratulations on making your debut on the WWE Network also.
That was great, wasn't it? That was like a high point of my career.
There you go.
All right. Thank you so much, Cakes, for coming in and joining us. Adrian, thank you so much as well.
Thanks for having me.
Enjoy yourselves, Quad Cities. Stay safe and sanitized. We will talk to you tomorrow.
Meanwhile, in the halls of justice.